obviously, although his team's not deep into the playoffs. And SGA, listen, SGA hits a lot of big shots. He just does. And even in the game where his team ends up losing that last game, he was pretty damn good playing by himself. But yeah,
you're right about Brunson not winning any regular season MVPs, Joe. He's about to be Finals MVP. They win 3 more games.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad one. And a lot of guys will tell you, I'd rather have the ring, have that championship ring, especially the guys that are really good. They want to get one ring. They do. And they can play forever, and I know they want to get they want that one ring. Because you see what people do to them now.
Mm-hmm.
Every time somebody's having a dead day in radio, sports radio, you know what happens. I can give you the topics. I've been part of them for 35 years. Well, who's the greatest player to never win a championship? And they go through the list of guys, and then they're like, and then people get stupid and go, he wasn't very good in big games. And then other smarter guys go, no, he's actually very good, but he wasn't on a great team. And so those things go on. And listen, Charles Barkley, God bless him. He's got to hear it. That's part of the shtick now on that show when he's up there with Kenny Smith and Shaq. And they've all won championships and been part of championships. Shaq obviously was, in some cases, the biggest part or partially the biggest part of these championships, playing with D-Wade and Kobe. But yeah, man.
But you need other people around you to do it too, man. Like those shots OG Anunoby hit, late in that game, they're not even in the game without those shots.
Well, how about their defensive play too?
Yeah,
and how about getting takeaways, turnovers, and those type? I sound like football, but yeah, they're able to. The turnovers are huge too. Listen, the Knicks get after you, and their role players are playing really, really well. I got to give it. After we watched OKC's big guy shrink, I was kind of wondering. My biggest question was not how good Brunson was going to be last night, because there'd been no signs that Brunson wasn't going to be really good. There's been no signs. He always seems to play well. But his center was really, really good last night when he ended up with 18 and 12 in the game last night and was very aggressive. Kind of kept them going there for a while as well. And so yeah. And they've won. How about this one? It just kind of snuck up on you. Not for Knicks fans. They've been falling. 12 straight playoff wins. I looked it up. I heard the announcer, and I go, no way.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Knicks win this thing in 5, right? I mean, they got a good shot to win this series.
They do, but I'm not changing.
I think Wemby did one thing last night that was concerning in that game, is he tried to do way too much when that game was on the line, when it was in crunch time there. Like, he's got the ball up top of the key. A guy's 10 feet tall, and he's trying to do these crossover dribbles. He's dribbling it off his foot. They're swiping at the ball because it's easy to swipe at the ball, and that guy's dribbling out of control like that.
Listen, man, I get it. He was 6 for 21. He turned it over 6 times in the game.
Darren Fox missed a bunny like right at the end there that would have tied the game.
He hasn't been great, man.
No, he has not.
I got a feeling they're going to try to foxy him out of town when this is done. Because they got all these young guys.
But they're leaning a lot on some very young players on that team, man. But Spurs are a nice story, but
that's part like what Wemby's going through before everybody's going to smash him because he has been so good.
No, he doesn't deserve to be smashed,
But he's a young dude, man. This is the first time he's in. These aren't those international games. This is different level stuff.
Yeah, he's not going up a bunch
he's not over in France
either, man.
Playing against Serbia and all those games. This different deal.
Knicks are going to end this drought, though, aren't they?
They could. Listen, man, they're playing great. You win 12 straight?
Yeah.
And by the way, they're like, we're down 14, 6.5 minutes in the third. Don't worry, we're coming back. And then before you know it, it's a tie score going into the fourth, and then they close it out on 11-0 run. So a great stuff for Knicks fans, and I know we got a bunch of them down here, and I know when they're really good because I used to go to those Heat games, and when the Knicks were really good, they used to stuff. I remember, and we weren't so good, or we were just on our way to getting this thing turned around, and it was full of Knicks fans at that old arena to the point I wanted to puke. But so yeah, and so we saw some of our guys in there. I'm in sales, and they brought their Knicks jerseys in, and
I'm seeing them around town.
And they go, Joe, you're with the Knicks, right? And I go, no. Why would I be at the Knicks? Why? Tell me why I'd be at the Knicks. I think it's a great story. Not a hater that way, but no, I'm not rooting for New York anything.
I feel like everyone, for the most part, down here has some ties to New York.
That's true. A lot of people do.
I don't know how many people I come up to. They go, yeah, my mom, my dad, they're from New York.
I get it.
My dad's from New York. Luckily, didn't bring the Knicks thing down here with him, but
yeah, no, I don't have any of that New York stuff.
No, I know. Well, you're a Southern California guy.
No, I'm not Southern California.
Or Northern California. I'm sorry. Same thing.
And by the way, no, it's not the same thing.
Sorry.
It's completely different, like two different states. Hey, by the way, the other part of this too, when you come down here and you joined the Dolphins in 1980, the hatred for the Jets, I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
I came from Cal where you had a little rivalry, but usually wasn't good because USC was so much better than we were. And UCLA a little bit, and the nice little game of the brains with Stanford and Cal. But it was nothing like when you get here and Bob Kuchenberg goes, hey, listen, man, let me just tell you, don't help those guys up. If you got they read all, and you're like, holy smokes, they really don't like each other.
Well, now the best rivalry we got going down here is what, Panthers and Lightning?
Yeah. But I just want to finish with this one because this was a funny one. I was really close to Wesley Walker. I haven't seen him for a while. That's why I'm talking about being close to him. But used to see him a lot in college and was there with him for a couple years. And then he goes to the Jets, and he's one of the great deep threats in the NFL and ends up having a great career with the Jets. So I get here, and they go, hey, listen, man, don't come out early and be like shaking hands and bonding with the guys you went to college with. We know, a couple of guys, those guys you went to school with, and, we just, you could do that stuff after, but during the game and before the game, it's, we don't like those guys. This is not, and I was like, that's the first time in my sports career. And now listen, I had rivals. It was terrible in high school. I shouldn't say that. The little towns of high schools was really bad blood, like fist fights on the weekends and stuff, but not like team wise. To think you're getting paid and how bad the hatred was when the Jets were really good, because they were pretty good there with Richard Todd and Ken O'Brien, and they had some good years. And our guys were like, hey, man, we don't like them. And so it was kind of crazy. And Bob Baumhauer is really good friends with Richard Todd, so that was kind of a crazy one. But, yeah, during the game, man, it was like, look at, dude, I got to try to, we don't like you and we'll do whatever. And it's going to get a little ugly here. So anyway, besides all that stuff, we had minicamp yesterday. We got some great Canes news. God, we were talking yesterday about flipping guys. And what do? You have a guy come down here that commits to another school like LSU, comes down for the great weekend. Remember yesterday, Woody, God, what great timing. We were talking about these recruiting trips with all these 5-star guys and some of the top 4-star players, and some are 4 and 5 according to which one has it out. There's 3 or 4 different ones that give guys their different stars by what they've done in the season and off-season workouts and how fast they run and all that stuff. But so Mario and the Canes have been bringing in a lot of guys, these big recruiting classes on the weekend. Bring your mom, bring your dad, bring your coach. Come on down, and we want you to see it. And this is always a kiss of death when a guy goes, I'm committed to you, but I want to go ahead and make my last 2 trips to Miami and Texas, or Miami or somewhere else. And if you're that last trip, you're a little concerned too, because I believe Jaden Bryant had 2 trips left, and he just decided, came down here, he's committed to LSU, flipped to Miami, 5-star defensive end. I might have been the top guy in his class for that position. So he flips from LSU to Miami and says, forget the last trip. I'm not going to be making it. So again, whatever they're doing down there. So Woody, they got.
I was going to ask you, how do you think these flips are going down? Like, what do you think is happening?
I just think the experience down here has been.
You think that's what it is?
I think a lot of it. Yeah, because the money is, listen, LSU spends.
Yeah. They're not getting beat, I guess, right?
Well, they're all throwing out the same.
It's just weird because I thought
money.
Lane said LSU is just so easy to recruit there.
Well, I'm not going to take. By the way, don't think he's not done. There's a jab coming If he hasn't already sent one out, something, he'll take a shot somehow at Mario for that. But man, I didn't realize they got this Israel Abrams, one of the top quarterbacks in the. When's the last time we had one of those top 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the whole country committed to coming here? It's been a while. We have had him, but it's been a while. And so he's coming. That's why I asked yesterday, are we ever going to get to a point? You get one of those guys, they can't sit for 2 years. Are they going to transfer? And you're probably paying them really good money when they get here. Those top 5-star quarterbacks, there's 2 or 3 of them, and we have one of them. They're not coming cheap. And if they're coming in here, you're getting them ready to play. And if not, next year, they know it's coming real quickly. Graduate early, get them ready in spring football. And we don't see a lot of them, though, Woody. I was just thinking off the top of my head yesterday, I was thinking Cal Berkeley got a kid from Hawaii that's really good, and they're able to keep him coming back. And then the guy in Michigan got big money to stay there, and he looks like he's going to be really good as well. But we don't see a lot of 5-star guys, do we? Quarterbacks come in as true freshmen and the big programs and start right away and play. Hell, even Manning's had to. It was like the top guy in his whole class, and he's had to wait a few years. Speaking of that, Quinn Ewers having a really, really good camp. Really, really good camp. And that's just a teaser of a whole bunch of stuff we have with the Miami Dolphins this morning. Kim Bokamp will be with us a little bit later on. He does get up early. Older guys get up early in the morning. So he's probably grabbing a coffee and on his way in.
Well, one thing I'm sure he wasn't up watching the NBA Finals, right?
I told him, I said, listen, man.
That angry bastard's watching the NBA Finals.
I'm going to watch that game, and before you come in ripping it, you're going to be a lot of people watching that damn game.
It was a great game. It was a lot of fun to watch. I don't know how you could be a sports fan.
What is 94-94?
You got to be an angry old man
2 minutes.
Not like that game.
Like, hey, what can you ask more? The lead's going back and forth there, and it's mostly the Knicks trying to catch them. It's 94-94 with a couple minutes left in the game. And you're going, wow, got to make your free throws, got to, who's going to make shots. And guess who did it again? It's been the same old story. The Jalen Brunson story has been just phenomenal. We have a lot of other stuff to get to here. So we got some Heat news. Boy, this thing's picking up on Giannis. Picking up that Heat are having it, but are they going to have to give up too much? And if it is, and it's just Giannis and Bam playing by themselves, do they have enough around them? And can they get some more people that can help them? And some other teams might jump in this now that they realize they might need one more piece, and he could be the piece. Giannis and oh my God. So we got all kinds of stuff going on here this morning. We're just jumping around the board here. And the Marlins, that was a broom. That was a broom sweeping.
Not your best work.
Not my best?
No.
Anyway, all right.
All right.
No, it wasn't
creative.
Great.
It was creative.
It wasn't my best, but the Marlins get a sweep of Washington. Max Meyer, another nice outing for him. 6-0 on the season. So good stuff there. They're on their way off today, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we'll play Tampa Bay, have another day off, and then 3 games with Arizona. Anyway, we're going to go to break. We've got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning, man. Nice to have you early in the morning. Thanks for getting up. Hope you were able to get a little coffee. I guess the kids are all going to be home here, huh? All the parents are making plans for the kids, right, for the summer, trying to figure out what you're going to do with them.
Well, today's my last day for Miami.
All right.
So
we're going to be sending them. What do? We send them to summer school. We send them to camps. We make sure they stay home when we're at work. And what do we do?
A little camp action, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a little sports camp. Get them playing a sports
camps. Get them in sports leagues in the afternoon.
We're doing a few weeks of Heat camp this summer.
There you go.
Tony's camps are the best.
Uncle Tony.
Yep.
Hey, man. You talking about Uncle Mr. Fundamentals?
So I show up at the end.
By the way, he's big on life lessons, too.
I know. I was going to say, I show up at the end when he talks to all the kids, and he's so good at that, man.
Tony
he tells
Ferrantino,
it to him straight.
God bless Tony, man. Tony talks about making your bed,
yep,
respecting your family, playing as a team, same way in your
We need a little of that old school in our
I
lives, though,
gotta
man.
tell
We need
you,
a little of
man,
that.
Tony's one. I've known Tony for a zillion years. Never beat him in horse, but I gotta tell you, man, he's fantastic. If you are sending your kids to heat camp,
One of our favorites out there is Glenn Rice, too, man.
oh
Glenn does all the camps, and
yeah,
he's
but
such a class act.
you got to spend time with Glenn the
He's
day.
awesome, man. He is the nicest guy you'll meet. Like, he's so nice with the kids. Kids love him.
We had fun that day. We were at the Baptist Health event last year,
yeah.
health event.
That was great.
And you had Tony standing there, and Leon's got everybody to himself. It was so cool to see. He's got Glenn Rice there, Dan Marino, and Alonzo Mourning all talking to him.
Yep.
And the kid was just he must have been numb going home. He couldn't believe it. Hey, I can't believe I'm not telling you right about Atlantic Men's Clinic this morning. Never too early in the morning, whether you're a coach getting ready to go to work, you're dragging a little bit. It's Thursday, and you're going, oh, my God, I'm tired this morning. Well, could be dealing with a little OT, and it's none of my business, but the bedroom could be full of ED right now. And if things aren't working, either way, your energy level's not allowing you to have a full life as you get a little bit older, and ED is kicked in with low D. They're first cousins that seem to really like each other, and they cause all kinds of problems. 2.5 years ago, I had ED and low T so bad. Now, listen, I'm in that age group. We do get it. And I was like, man, this is terrible. This is terrible. I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic. I had such a great experience. I've been telling everybody for almost 2.5 years about going down there, setting up the first appointment. I wasn't real comfortable, but I set up the first appointment. You know, when you're talking to a bunch of people you don't know, it's weird. But I got the PSA test, and then I met with this professional staff at Atlantic Men's Clinic that explained everything. Wanted to know what I was going through, how I felt. I mean, you're talking about some pretty personal stuff there. But, man, you have to, because then they put you on a program specifically for you to have great results. And with 7 locations in South Florida, you've got one close to you. Now, I go to the one in Plantation, man. It's like, boy, it's fantastic. Got a brand new one in Hollywood. And I'm just telling everybody they're professional. They do it the right way. They check on you. Man, I'm telling you, everything is done the right way for you to get the best results. But you got to set up that first appointment. 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. By the way, the number one question I get is how long before it kicks in. If I start the program quickly, within a few weeks, you're feeling a big, big difference, especially your energy level, but your sex drive being back. It's fantastic, man. Things that haven't happened and haven't felt like in a long time all come back again. Hell, you think you're like in your 30s again. It's great. Atlantic Men's Clinic works.
on US 27 northbound at mile marker 34 has your left lane blocked. That's traffic. I'm Alia Escobar on FM 1043, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach, your home for watching the world's biggest soccer tournament live at Sunrise Stage. The world's biggest soccer tournament is coming to the Casino at Dania Beach. Watch every match live here with daily food and drink specials and free parking. Stay tuned for schedules, special events, and more announcements coming soon. Visit us at CasinoDaniaBeach.com.
All right, welcome back, and a good morning to everybody. A good one, man. A good one last night. If you were able to stay up and watch it, San Antonio, 14-point lead about midway through the third, looking real good, and all of a sudden, New York Knicks turned it on, tied up at the end of three, scored the last 11 points of the game, and end up winning by 10, 105-95 in that game last night. So good stuff, and the great closer does it again, and Jalen Brunson. It was just unbelievable. So anyway, to take a 1-0 lead to start this thing, still a long way from over. By the way, the Knicks have won 12 straight playoff games. I did not see that coming. I don't care who you're playing in the playoffs. And you can say, well, a lot of their dirty work was done because some of the teams that they beat were able to beat some of the better. Listen, man, no, you can shake this however you want. The Knicks have won 12 straight playoff games. That's pretty damn impressive, man. And know how to close. And boy, Brunson, 13 in the fourth quarter last night in that game. And he had some ridiculous shots. He does not play above the rim, plays below, but he's got such great moves against really good defenders. And boy, just hit a big three and got in the paint and also made one of those great fadeaways that he does so well. We got a bunch of other stuff to get to. Hey, by the way, before we get going, can I ask you, what happens to all these really talented wide receivers when they get in the NFL? Now, it's not all of them. Jerry Rice has been great. Jerry Rice is, but what happens to these guys either towards the end of their career or when they're done playing? See the latest one with this Brandon Ayuk, which, by the way, has been one of the strangest stories. He finally gets
they like to drive fast, I guess.
He gets his contract finally. The 49ers pay it. And he was being weird around camp and hanging out, but so anyway, they finally get it done, and he gets hurt right away, blows out his ACL. Got a ton of guaranteed money, obviously. And he just never gets healthy and then goes AWOL. They can't even find him to the point that they didn't want to cut him, but they didn't know where he was. It was just really weird stuff. Now, I don't know if anybody saw this yesterday, but he gets arrested for having a video driving 110 miles an hour down by, and I don't know why, by Levi Stadium where the 49ers play. And again, I guess he apologized after, and it's just, so they haven't been able to find him. Even the guy that works him out, a former wide receiver who's been working with him, says, I don't know what to say, man. He's out there. I think teams would love to have him, but I think they're scared to death that they're getting Antonio Brown number 2. It's incredible. I seriously, I could go through the list, but you know them, and a lot of them live down here in South Florida. They make this home. And they've just done stuff. Some of them have somewhat, Brandon Marshall's not as crazy as he was when he's doing stuff here, but it's Antonio Brown. I mean, and he's been quiet because he's got some serious charges against him right now. But I don't know what happens to all these wide receivers that they're just a little different than everybody else on the team. And I get they play important positions. They got to want the ball. They want to be great. They want the contract, and they want to be on good teams and this, and I don't want to play here. We're not very good. It's just Brandon Ayuk, man, and he's not as talented as some of these other guys. He hasn't had the career of any of those guys I just mentioned. But, man, he was really good the 1 year. He was good the year that he needed to be to get that contract. And
well, how many wide receivers do we have right now that are going through the legal system? Tyreek is tied up in it.
He's, by the way,
Rashee Rice is in prison.
Yeah.
Or jail.
No. That's why I bring this up. No, you hit a couple. You had a couple still want to play in the league. Hell, they might be on the same team next year. It's just and I mean, you got a coach wherever you put Andy Reid. He's at minicamp and he goes, yeah, one of our top receivers is doing his 30 days in jail and he should be okay when he gets out. And I'm like, I don't know about that, man. Is the commissioner just gonna let him come back? Like, hey, how was your part of your off season? 30 days in jail for breaking probation for driving 900 miles an hour down a freeway in Houston. Whew, man, it's first of all, if you want to go fast in your car, they got tracks you can go to, and you can take your own car. You can take a buddy's car. You can go and you can go as fast as you want in a car. You want to go out and you want to party all friggin' night. God bless you. They got this thing called Uber. You got private cars. If you don't like the Uber people and you're afraid they're going to talk, these NFL teams have these services, although most of the NFL players don't trust them because they think everything gets back to coach. But in the agreement is we have this service for you and nothing will ever be said as long as you use it and you're being safe.
What coach going to care about that, by the way?
Guys, just
players getting home safe. Like, what coach going to be upset?
They're worried. They're worried while they're
going.
Hey, we had a guy use the service three weekends or three Monday nights in a row, and he was a little tipsy when we took him home. They're afraid of that.
I'm getting the vibe that the coaches aren't as strict as they.
You know
used
what?
to be,
You know what? They're glad they're home and not getting in trouble.
Yep.
Instead of driving their nice car. Remember that we went through that whole South Beach thing and I forgot the guy's name. But remember the name? Guy hit somebody in South Beach. And I can't remember. It was years ago. But I was on the radio.
Someone will get the name. I do know which one you're talking about though.
And it was the same deal. Like
it was like a fancy car.
And it was like, first of all, you go to South Beach, and you're drinking, and they were blaming the South Beach police. We're too tough and watching for them. And I'm like, hey man, there's a way to take care of this. Go down there and don't drink and drive your car. Or if you're going down there and you want to be seen, don't drive your car. Have somebody drive for you. Get a little private car there. Use the NFL service, whatever. Anyway, I saw this and I'm like, something doesn't sound right with Brandon Ayuk. First of all, he went AWOL. I think he's going to forfeit like a ton of guaranteed money. And they needed him. Like, they're really frustrated. Remember, they were signing everybody's brother off the street to get through the end of the year. Remember that great coaching job the 49ers did? They're the most banged up team in football. And they were still finding ways. They beat the Eagles. Remember that? Didn't they beat the Eagles last year in the playoffs on a crazy pass by McCaffrey, and coming around and throws it, or he didn't throw it, he caught it down the sideline. It was just, and they could really use this guy, and they don't know if he's healthy, not healthy. They can't get a hold of him. Can you imagine paying some guy a bunch of guaranteed money, making one of the highest paid wide receivers? And you're a GM or a head coach or a receiver coach, where you have a good relationship usually with your receiver coach, and they're calling you. You can't get a hold of your guy during football season, not off season where the guy might be saying, hey, I'm going to be gone for a while. Oh.
Is Dante Stallworth the guy you're thinking of?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's it.
By the way, typed in, and that was thanks to Port Miami. Mike helped us with that one, but I typed in like Miami Beach NFL arrest, and there's a lot of stories that unfortunately popped up there.
Yeah.
Somebody brought up Ruggs. Remember that? That was a terrible one.
Oh, that was terrible. In Vegas, he was going, I think, 140 miles an hour.
He killed someone, and
he's about ready to get out. Everybody's wondering what's going to happen.
He's not playing again. I can't see that. Can you?
I don't know, Woody.
It's like he's getting out.
He is. By the way, he is.
Brutal thing what he did.
No. People die in the car. No, you're right. So anyway, I saw this story with Brandon Ayuk, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on. What do you think? You're making fun of the 49ers or something, driving fast by the stadium? Like, and then they got it, and then he's bragging about it, and he puts it out there on social. He puts it out there. like taunting the team. You wasn't taunting the team. You're taunting the police, who now have a warrant out for your arrest. I don't know, man. That's why when I tell you, when minicamp's over next week, 32 coaches, what I tell you, Woody, they all get together. I haven't heard one. I'd love to go out there next week just to hear Coach Half go, all right, guys, you got a good month off now, a little more than a month off here. Be smart, make good decisions. You should go through all the things that have happened to everybody. Like, look at, and I know we got a history of that stuff. We guys that live down here. And I know you played with one of those guys last year, but some of you. But, hey, man, got to be smart. Don't do anything stupid. Man, we need you. And can you imagine you got to tell somebody for their job when they're going on vacation, stay out of trouble? Going off for a 4 or 5 week break. I know they're going to stay in great shape, but besides workout, you're going to have fun. You're going to go on vacations. You're going to do some stuff.
It does feel like those numbers have gone down a little, though, right? Like it's not as bad. There's some off seasons that were bad, but
that is a reminder.
Yeah.
That's the reminder. And the DUI thing, and hey man, be smart. They know guys are going to drink. Just get a car. Get somebody to drive you. Nobody cares, I swear.
That's not just NFL players. That goes for everyone, by the way. It's so easy to just get a car now.
Yeah.
Pull it out on your phone.
Agree.
Those apps are cheap.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper than
Woody,
the alternative.
Woody, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. Hey, bud, we got to go to break here, man. We've got more stuff to get to here this morning. Kim Bocamper is going to join us, the pride of Milpitas High School, San Jose State.
Put that on your sheet there.
I see that. Instead of saying former first-round pick of the Miami Dolphins and San Jose State.
Well, I think he's best known for his
he's not.
time in high school.
You're just trying to stir. When somebody's going to get you one day, is not going to take it really well when you start all this stuff. If you're looking for a truck that's built for Florida work or for Florida fun, head to your local South Florida Chevy dealers and check out the incredible Chevy lineup. If a rugged midsize truck is what you're looking for, Chevy Colorado's where capable meets comfortable. From the Colorado Custom to the ZR2, it's got the right tools to exceed your expectations or turn things up a notch with the Chevy Silverado. Oh, my gosh. If you can't find a Silverado that fits the needs, then we got a problem. From the custom Trail Boss to the Silverado EV with 10 models and 4 powerful engine choices, Silverado delivers an impressive balance of strength, dependability, and efficiency. Or step up to the hardworking capability you can count on with the Chevy Silverado HD. Choose from the powerful LTZ with premium style and substance to match, or go to the biggest with the Chevy Silverado HD High Country. So, for your best Florida life, Chevy's got a Florida truck perfect for you. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today. Together, let's drive.
This hurricane
You can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach, your home for watching the world's biggest soccer tournament live at Sunrise Stage. The world's biggest soccer tournament is coming to the Casino at Dania Beach. Watch every match live here with daily food and drink specials and free parking. Stay tuned for schedules, special events, and more announcements coming soon. Visit us at CasinoDaniaBeach.com.
Joe, it's time for your weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. We are in the 70s at the moment, and scattered thunderstorms or scattered rain showers or whatever.
Got it again.
Throughout the day.
Got it again yesterday.
Yeah.
Nice through the day.
They're scattered.
A little scary. By the way, it was right over. I was at minicamp yesterday, and it was like, oh, boy, it's getting ready to blow. And they're going, hey, get ready because might be taking the team back indoors, and waited. And they got some rain, and coach stayed out there, and no lightning. So end up getting their practice done outside. And speaking of minicamp, we do have a lot of stuff. I got to tell you, the difference in the team from last week to this week has been a big improvement. Big improvement. With obviously a long way to go, and he's looks like he's pretty much put in his basic offense and defensive stuff that they want to put in. Now they're going back over it, and he's right. You just can't keep adding where guys don't know, and guys are running around lost the whole off season in OTAs and minicamps. So I like this. He comes back to stuff they've already gone over in OTAs, and now they're doing it in minicamps. They ran some 2-minute drills yesterday that were really, really impressive. And I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. Quinn Ewers has had a really, really good offseason. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact he got to play 3 games. I think his arm looks good. Not Malik Willis, but it's good arm. And Malik has really picked it up too. Malik looked real good. And obviously when this whole thing gets put together and all the things he can do, not only throwing the ball, and getting timing with his guys, which is going to be important. And he hit Tolbert yesterday, and they got the ball to Malik Washington and the 2 tight ends. Ben Sims, who's been in the league for a few years now, has been really good, really smooth catching the ball. And Greg Dulcich, who I said since they signed him, that was the number 1 guy that they basically said, hey, who do we want back from last year? And Dulcich, a guy they picked up, great pickup last year, and ended up being one of their targets, big targets in the second half of the season. He can catch a lot of footballs. So one thing I have learned, and, we're sitting there watching, and the guys that are being thrown to, there's a reason they're being thrown the football, because the quarterbacks feel comfortable throwing to them. They catch the ball. They get open. Hey, I saw it with Tua. If Tua didn't like you, and even they're going 3 wide or 4 wide, he just wouldn't throw you the ball. There were some guys here that just, you can put them out there for 20 play. Coach, go ahead. Put them out there. I ain't throwing it to them. And then there's guys you just, sometimes out of habit, you just trust, you build up chemistry and you throw the ball to. And the guys that you see out there that, now some guys will come on and get more comfortable and make a little move during a regular camp when it starts. But I was looking at Bo being a little bit later, and we'll talk. I say, Bo, man, the guys he's throwing to right now, those are going to be the guys he's throwing to when this thing starts up. It's going to be Tolbert. It's going to be Malik Washington. It's going to be Greg Dulcich. Ben Sims keeps catching all these footballs. He's going to be in there too. And so I was just curious, man, see what it's going to look like. And it is getting better. And then, of course, the Chop Robinson thing is always a big topic. Bo and I just disagree on the message from Coach Hafley. We don't agree on everything. We see stuff. I know he studies the D-line and really is zoned in on watching Phillips and Grant and Biggers and the rest of those guys on the D-line and the drills they're doing and all that stuff. But Chop Robinson is a guy that everybody's talking about. Year 3, first-round pick. He's teased us a little bit with some good football and he's had some football where you didn't realize he played. So I think everybody's curious to see. I thought everybody took Hafley's message differently. Bo took it differently than I did. I thought he was like, hey, man, he's got all this potential. We want to move him around. We want to open up the safe and get him where he can do everything and go from there. Talk about playing him inside, outside, moving him around to get him one-on-one and mismatches. And I was like, okay. And still in numbers, the wide 9 to the 7 to the 6 to the 5. And all really you need to know is talked about moving Chop around, running games with him with some of the other defensive linemen and all those things. So, and I know this has been a big topic is, the edge to be able to protect the edge and not allow people to run wide on you where everybody gets out in front and end up being big plays, keeping things inside, forcing the run back inside. One thing I'd love to see is some of the big guys just all play together. I wouldn't mind seeing at some point, and I'm not just talking about goal line, but Sealer, Phillips, Grant, and Biggers all playing together. If those end up being the guys and making a nice jump in the preseason, and you're going, man, they are playing at a high level. Put some big guys out there and take where you're a little more physical, a lot more physical with 300-pound guys across the board. Anyway, we'll talk more about that with Kim Bocamper coming up here when he comes in this morning. We got all kinds of other stuff. This Kane story is incredible and has nothing to do with right now, but it does have to do with the future. Canes get their 5th 4-star commitment. 4th 5-star commitment. I don't know. And now some of you that remember, and I don't remember talking so much about 4- and 5-star when they had the great teams, but I know those guys were some of the best players in the country. There's no question, and end up from seemed like day one when they did play, and a lot of those guys back then, even the really good ones, didn't get to play a lot as a freshman, played 2 years and turned pro. That was kind of the norm for the Miami Hurricanes. A lot of those guys never sniffed their 4th year. Some did, but most of those guys were 3, and they got here and you went, oh yeah, that's a 3-year guy. He got a city year because the guy in front of him is going in the first round. Then he's going to play for 2 years. Then he's going to be the guy. And we had that rotation that went through all those great years with the Miami Hurricanes. I got to tell you, man, Mario is flirting with the same kind of stuff right now. He really is with the classes. And I'm talking about high school classes, not the transfer portal. But these classes. So I was told a story about a few days ago about somebody was standing there. They had the families and the players out by the pool. And they're having this big barbecue. And somebody made the comment that's been around. You ever seen so many 5-star and high 4-star guys together, sitting around all meeting each other? Because those guys get together and go, hey, man, I know who you are. Dude, we ought to play together. And so they get another big commitment from this Jaden Bryant, 6'3", 245-pound. A lot of people have him as the number 1 defensive end. He flipped from LSU. Now, the only thing LSU, they got the commitment. But he goes, yeah, I'm going to LSU. That's where I'm going. But I'm still going to take a recruiting trip to Miami. Never good. I don't want the verbal commitment. Here's what I want to hear, and Canes fans want to hear, and Gator fans for their team in Florida State. I'm committed to going. I just took my trip to Miami, and I'm canceling the rest of the trips. I won't be making a trip to A&M. I won't be making a trip anywhere else. I'm done. Then you feel a lot better. Now you feel a lot better about things. All right, we got more stuff coming up. 7 o'clock hour is about here, man. We're going to be jumping on some more stuff. Bo will join us in the 7 o'clock hour. We got more on some guys looking the part at minicamp for the Miami Dolphins. We'll have that. And on top of that, we got a lot more stuff, including a nice comeback for the Knicks last night. 12 straight playoff wins. Wow. How about that? How about that team? Playing your best when the playoffs start. And boy, they have been on a roll. Marlins, man, they're on a roll. Going to be back home. Just got the brooms out. Took care of Washington. I got a nice win yesterday. Max Meyer, 7 innings pitch, gives up just the 1 run. He's 6-0 on the season. So come back home feeling a lot better now, 29-34. Got Tampa Bay off today, by the way. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can see the Rays and the Marlins play. The Citrus Series is June 5th through the 7th. And guess what we got going right off the bat? We got $1 hot dogs presented by Salen's, 90s Night presented by Coors Light, SpongeBob Day, Pride at the Park, and more deals going on. Plus, special ticket packages include exclusive merchandise. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now, marlins.com/tickets. And don't miss, following the Rays, the Diamondbacks will be here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And you can score great deals. And one of my favorites is for the family, the 4 for $44 presented by Pepsi. You get 4 tickets with hot dogs, popcorn, and drinks, all for just $44. So they got some great deals going on. Marlins home for 6 games starting tomorrow against the Rays.
WQA
That's about Doral Kia. Always pay less your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who swept the Nationals with a 4-1 win. Miami will get a day off today. Next up, they'll begin a 3-game home series with the Rays beginning tomorrow. Over to the Dolphins, who will wrap up minicamp today in Miami Gardens. In the NBA, the Knicks stole game 1 of the finals from the Spurs, 105-95. Game 2 is tomorrow night. And in the NHL, Carolina will host Vegas in game 2 of the Cup Final with Vegas up 1-0. The puck drops at 8. Time for weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com. We are in the mid-70s. Chance of rain up at 50%. Scattered showers throughout. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
I love the colorful clothes you wear and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair.
This can never be outdated, man. I'm sorry.
I think Woody's becoming a fan of the Beach Boys.
I think he's coming around because
he started off with like we're old men, but now I think he likes it now.
I think he realizes, and we did. We had the Beach Boys when we were young guys in California and stuff, and Surfing USA and all that stuff. But I noticed Woody one day was out there singing it.
Was he singing it? Was he singing along to Jan and Dean too?
Hey, no. Oh God! Don't get Woody going on all the old school stuff, because I told him the other day. I say, hey, Woody, man, the practices look they're kind of old. This guy a lot different around here. On running around and he goes, Bo, be happy, or they're back to old school again.
You know what? They're new school, old school. They got all the technology. They got all this.
Yes,
but it's funny. I look at the. You look at the setup on that field, and I'd say that facility is incredible.
I want to take some of that grass, just put around my yard.
But they got, you remember we used to have to we used to have those old dummies that had been sitting out in the rain for all off season, and then you're going to do a drill, and you first of all you got to run over and drag the dummies over there, right? And now they've got it all set up. I mean, it's a.
No. Hey, by the way, I'm not a hater on it. I just think it's fantastic. I think it's good. Look, it's the food they get, and by all these guys that played all over the league come here and say the chefs, the food. Yeah. He does everything first class. He just got to win first class at some point. That's
it's funny. It used to be the colleges. When you get recruited to college, I didn't get recruited to any college, but when you got recruited to a college, I mean, you're looking at the facilities. And
they do now.
So now. The NFL guys, with free agency and everything, that's become a big part of bringing people.
You know, it's funny you said that, because I was talking to these guys, and they were talking about, a lot of and this is years ago now, because now the NFL's like what Mr. Ross did over here, building that unbelievable, whatever that thing costs. It's unbelievable. If you ever get invited to a charity event over there at the training facility, go, because it's very impressive. But they were talking about, because we were with Dwight one day.
Yeah.
I don't know, were you there in the grand opening? I said, Dwight, this is unbelievable. And he goes, yeah, man. I said, you ever seen anything like this? And he paused for a second. I knew, he goes, Alabama's got a really nice place.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And he said Clemson.
Yeah.
And so all these guys have come, and they're going, no, we got real nice places. But this place finally caught up. So the college places, because of recruiting.
Absolutely.
And look at all the stuff. We got the toy room for your computers to play all the games, and the food. And
I've seen on
think
social
the NFL's
media
really picked it up.
Social media for these college. This is over the last couple of years. They'll show the guys that they've signed, and they come into to the locker room, whether it's Alabama, Tennessee, all the big Oklahoma. And they're looking, oh my God, I got this. I got, headphones, you got the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
I didn't realize it was so important to guys.
Well, I mean, so I know Miami has, and I haven't been down there. You've been there. They've upgraded it, but are they to the level of the Ohio States, the Alabamas in that level? Because there's a little bit of a space issue down there for them, right?
Yes, they are limited, but I got to tell you, they went from they got the 70-yard field that's going to 100 normal, like it should have been to start with, and so they're moving that. That's being done right now. It's going to be ready for camp. They've added another floor just for football, but
Yeah.
they have the other sports. It's really and the weight rooms.
Yeah, incredible.
The weight rooms are like state of the art,
They don't
man.
have
They
those-
go forever.
They don't have those rusty bars for
No. And like, are you almost done? I'd like to go. No, you're on deck. No.
Yeah.
We don't have either. You know, we did that testing, and I still, this was all new to me.
Yeah.
And the off season you had to do, and everybody wanted to get was it a blue mark? Is that what he called? Like when you were really good?
So I think it was like you got a blue star. Or
blue star.
Right? Yeah.
Anyway, so Strock's sitting there, Don Stroker, and he says, Junior, we're going through this again this year.
While he's smoking
While he's smoking a cigarette, he goes, dude, are we really going to go through this? Just write me down. Put a decent number down. You know I don't lift these weights. Yeah. And he walks out. And Junior didn't want to get any deal. Like, all right, he didn't want Stroker mad at him, and he figured the coach didn't really care. So
there was
funny.
There was a couple. I remember the first day, not the first day, but after we got done, the day after we did all the drills, you did you did your shuttle runs, you did your 40,
right?
You did the 12-minute run, you did all those. Then he would Coach Shule would come up with he had a list of, everybody's number on there, but he had the guy in the top. He got the blue stick.
I know where you're going,
and so I think his the biggest thing he loved was the 12-minute run. Right, beyond anything else,
it's the strangest thing outside of winning championships.
Beyond anything else, it was a 12-minute run.
Loved it,
and so, it got to the point where you would see he would pick up somebody, a free agent, not a draft choice, a free agent, and the guy would come out
and tear it up.
So like I had to run. We had in my position, I had to run like 5.5 laps in 12, around 2 fields, 5.5 laps in 12 minutes. You guys might have to run 6. So, and then the little guys, the DBs and the wide receivers, maybe they got to run 6,
a little bit more,
6.25, whatever. And they get some guy that come out there and run like 8 laps. And everyone's going, you asshole, and so he would always go, oh, look at this guy, he ran 8 laps. Got 2 days later, he's cut. So he would just bring a jackrabbit out there.
It was pretty funny. He did that a lot. And he get up there and stroke this guy, and you're going, where'd that guy come from? And he goes,
well, 2 days ago, you go, where'd he go?
Yeah.
Or 2 days later.
And he go, you ought to see this. And the guy threw up 220 pounds 41 times. Look at him. And like you said, he got cut before he never saw the first preseason game. So it was but he tried anything he could to motivate guys.
But I tell you what, the facilities there and like this, what I like is a little old school. I notice they when they break the huddle, they sprint to the line of scrimmage, and for me, that's
you like that stuff.
I do. Well, so look, instead of having guys loping up there,
you loved that yesterday.
You get there, they're at the line of scrimmage. They can see what's the defense is presenting. They can figure out who they've got to block and stuff. Instead of having getting how many times couldn't they get out of the huddle without even getting the play called, where they had to call a timeout or whatever like that?
It's kind of hard.
It's efficient. It's just.
By the way, they ran a
efficient.
2-minute drill and they got on the ball quickly and the play was off and running.
Yeah.
There's nobody looking to the side to see what the coach wanted to run, and we ran down to one and called a timeout.
I think that's going to be a big difference because Mike in his own, even he, when we, I'd always bring it, me, I'll bring it up every year. And I go, your play calling's pretty long, and it's verbose, and and you're having. He goes, yeah, I know it is. I go, do you ever think about? No, I'm not going to go away from it. And so you'd see it during the course of the season. Look, I'm not piling on Mike, but there's a difference here where these guys are at the line of scrimmage before the defense is even breaking their huddle, and they're ready. They can see things opening up, which is small things.
You cannot run plays down to the wire with 3 seconds left as much as we did last year, because now you can't get out of somebody's
especially with all the movement that they would do. Guys would
because
know
they're getting ready to. You realize the play's not going to work. So the next thing, in fairness to Tua, he called a timeout because he said the play ain't going to work. They're going to blitz us, and they're showing us a different look. You got to give me time to get out of the play, and I think Mike's obviously a deep thinker on things, and again, trying not to take shots.
It's not a shot. It's just a difference that you see.
But you don't want to be out a 2-minute drill calling a timeout.
No. Well,
That's why you get on the ball.
I think there was a couple times in like the third play of the game you had to call it timeout.
Oh, they got Jimmy. What game was that? We called a timeout after like the first or second play. He goes, what have you guys been doing? You're calling a friggin' timeout already. Save them, man. They're for the end of the half and the end of the game, not the first part. Anyway, hey, we've got Kim Bocamper with us. Woody's in with us this morning as he usually is, and got the updates and everything else going for us. And on top of that, we got
Woody looks a little salty today.
I think he's wiped out.
Got a sour puss in there. I look.
No, he is sometimes.
Usually smile a little bit.
No, he's a bad time of year,
all
Bo.
puckered up.
I actually watched the NBA, so I stayed up and watched that game last night.
Hey,
how many 3-pointers did they shoot?
Bo, it's a good game. We were talking about that was going to be your reaction.
No.
It was a hell of a game last night.
You know what?
You didn't watch it. Don't comment on it. You didn't watch it. It was a great game.
The NBA. Once it comes down to the
finals,
the finals, they're not. There's a lot less it's a lot more physical play.
They didn't actually take that many. Neither team took that crazy amount of threes last night. But Knicks, man, tight ball game, couple minutes left, and Jalen Brunson was.
I've traded my sports watching from the NBA to the Women's College World Series.
You have not.
I do. I don't
Wait
know
a second. No. Time out. There's no way. You tried to straight face me too.
No, I swear.
You watched the girls softball over the game last night.
I did. Yes.
You're that down on the NBA.
I am. Yeah.
Don't bring up Jerry West or Rick Barry, Nate Archibald.
I'm not.
I don't want to hear about Big O. I don't want to hear about any of the great players.
All right.
You're not allowed to.
You don't want to hear about the bad boys?
No.
Detroit Pistons.
No.
Lambeer,
I know you like that.
Lambeer, Rodman.
I know when everybody's knocking everybody down. I'm not going to let you do that. All the guys come in and go, that was great last night, wasn't it? Did you see how he knocked his ass down? Like, come on, man. All right. Hey,
not surprising that he's watching softball.
Right. Thank you, Bo's a softball. He's watching girls softball, man.
That's okay. The NBA's ratings are doing all right.
No,
they're getting monsters.
They don't need me, so
they do not need you.
Right?
Softball needs you.
You know what? If you'd have gone tennis, the French Open or something,
I peeked it. I watched some matches.
Okay.
You
really?
Yeah, I watched a few matches. I do. I love girls softball. I don't know why. I look at it and I don't know why I'm watching it, but
I've been to games.
I can't stop watching it.
I've been to the games.
They're quick. Girls are always enthusiastic. You know, got those tight pants on and stuff.
Really?
Well, some you don't want to see in the tight pants. Others you do. But you know.
That's really.
You set him up for that one.
Oh boy, that was Kim Bocamper, ladies and gentlemen.
You still watching that arena golf crap?
No,
it's over. It's over. But I did this year. I watched it this year.
By the way, they better get their star players playing more, Bo. I know the hardcore are going to watch.
Yeah.
And Bo, like
I
saw Schefter.
The tournament last week was like a
McElroy and Schefter played 4 times this year together in the same event.
Yeah.
4 times. Yeah. Anyway, we got more stuff to get to. Baptist Health, South Florida. I know one thing, Kim Bocamper and Joe Rose, we go to Baptist Health, South Florida, and Dr. Swartzen, we might be.
Got my own parking spot over there.
The question is whether we're going to bring our wives. Can you look at our wives, please, here, too? We got a problem. Anyway, man, no, thank you. Baptist Health, South Florida, that sports medicine program is unbelievable. One of the best in the country. Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, FIU, FAU. Boy, they're all over South Florida. And you can't be one of the best unless you have great team doctors as well as some of the best specialists in the industry. And they do everything for the knee, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip, and knee replacement, Achilles. They got doctors that do nothing work on high school, college, and professional athletes. And the reason I'm talking about, they're going to work on all of us. And you know how it is. As we get older, we're still competitive in the sports we're playing. We still want to, go the extra mile, play too long, and we get injured. You know how that works. But with the great facilities and great doctors, you're in for great results. 3 facilities, Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility, and 595 in Pine Island Implantation. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day. It's about getting you back out playing the sports you love the most.
Before we get back to the show here, the summer of soccer is here, and we're giving away a soccer swag bundle valued at around $250 from Sinbad Sports at the Coral Ridge Mall in Fort Lauderdale. For your chance to win, text the word HAT to 20357. That is HAT to 20357. For more information, go to WQAM.com. This is a text contest message, and data rates apply. Do not text and drive, Joe and Bo.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. Kim Camper is in the house with us this morning. Got up early, and we're just talking a little bit about the minicamp stuff. But before we do that, hey, man, congratulations to the Knicks and the Knicks fans. They have a nice comeback. Down 14 in that third quarter, come back and win by 10 with Jalen Brunson, 13 in that fourth quarter, 30 in the game last night. Ends up being a big difference.
They're going to sweep this series?
No,
not going to happen.
Woody thinks it's going to go 5 now.
They got a shot. I mean, I don't know.
See, we're all now. Whoever plays well, then it's over, and we don't.
Well, Spurs are winning game 2 probably by 30. They'll blow them out in game 2. We'll have a series again, but who knows?
I think San Antonio gets after them in this next game. But, boy, I'll tell you what, they've won 12 straight playoff games. The Knicks weren't even the number 1 seed in the East. They've won 12 straight playoff games. So congratulations to them, off to a nice start. So, Bo, yesterday we're at minicamp, and you and I do disagree on some things. And so the Chop Robinson is always a topic with the media. There's 2 guys always a topic with the media, and they're both first-round picks, Kenneth Grant and Chop Robinson. Let's talk about Chop Robinson. I took Halfley's comments yesterday, and I played him a few times, and I went, hey, man, he's really thinks there's high expectations for him. He's going to use him a lot of different ways and really pushing him like, I need you to be the guy, and you didn't take it that way.
No, I took it as he needs to play better. He can't be a pass rusher only. He's got to be an every down player.
Yep.
Which means to me, I mean, look, Halfley says he's the defensive coordinator. He's going to be the guy that's calling the defenses, and I think he wants to have a defensive front. When I talk about defensive front, linemen and linebackers, that you can if I'm reading him right, that you can morph into different things at the line of scrimmage. In other words, like I said,
he says he's going to move him around a lot.
So he's like, so he's been asked, well, you're going to run a 4-man. Well, yeah, I'm going to do that, but we're going to do this and that and the other things. So to me, the key he's looking for Chop to be now Chop he's like what 6'3",
6'2", 260.
No,
260.
Like 252, something like that.
I thought he's up 260.
Well, I looked on the roster and they've got him listed at 250 something. Right, okay. I think. And so I think they'd like him to be a swing guy where you can like, let's just say they're going to run to a true base 3-4, which I don't think they're going to do. They'll offset guys, but I mean just as a situation where you come in a 3-4, offense breaks the huddle, gets to the line of scrimmage, and quarterback starts calling signals, and you shift over, and Chop drops down, and now you got a 4-3, right? Simple as that, and then that makes that offense have to reshift their blocking scheme, but he's got to be able to either go head up on an offensive tackle, outside shoulder, maybe sometimes inside shoulder, and be able to hold up against that. And if he's over a tackle, he's got to be able to hold up to a double team with a tight end coming on him. And I don't think I see him working with him a lot on that type of thing. To me, he's been so on the pass rush. He had that last 8 games of.
I'm not disagreeing. He didn't do enough last year.
And last year, but I don't see where he's developing into. I think he's a little too methodical in his. You
think he's more of a robot than instincts and just has a feel
I think because I think there's things that you've got to feel, not just learn. You know what I mean? Like like so I play the same position. So if I'm a 3, if I'm head up on a tackle, and there's a tight end to the side of me. First thing I'm thinking is he going to block down? Or do I have a double team? And once you can't. You can't drive into the offensive tackle and not feel. I'm saying feel that tight end coming down on you without looking at it. You know what I mean? And I don't know that he's there yet. And then there's the need to be able to, post up that offensive guy and hold that tight end, hold that double team so he doesn't collapse you inside. You play tight end.
No, the run support.
You collapse that guy.
The run support's not good enough.
You get one step. You push that guy one step into down the line of scrimmage, and the hole opens up. Right.
So they're going to keep working with him.
Oh, no doubt.
And they want him. They think he's their best chance to be their best pass rusher right now. And they look at that group.
Chops, he's working.
Yeah,
he's
got a
good.
Yeah,
he's got a good attitude.
He didn't give up.
I'm not down on him as a guy. I just, I don't know that that's his skill set, because that's not what he came in. His skill set wasn't. Oh, he got it, man. That guy can, can hold it now. But what helps is they've got a plethora with those four guys, those three guys they drafted last year, and Zach Sealer. Those four guys are going to be really good this year.
So you think there's times, I was going to ask you this, and I was going to get into Kenneth Grant, but you think there's time where Sealer, Phillips, Grant, and Biggers can all play together in a four-man front?
I do. Because, he was talking.
Move Sealer and Biggers outside.
He was asked about Biggers. Yes, and look, both of them, to me, I look at Phillips and I look at Biggers, and their body has changed from last year to this year. They've muscled up a little bit more. They're moving around a little better. I tell you, to me, Phillips, I look at the way he gets in his stance, the body level that he's at, the head level that he's got. He's going to be tough. And then Biggers. He talked about Biggers even being, because Omar asked him that they would so Hafley said there'll be times where we'll put him out and he'll be that outside guy on outside shoulder of an offensive lineman of a tackle, head up on a tackle, and be that outside guy. When normally, those big guys would stand between they'd always be in between the guards. Right. So you can shift back and forth, and I think it gives them. It presents. I think they've got a lot of, and I expect a big jump from all of those guys last year. Those three guys.
No, I agree. They're going to get off because one good thing that came out of last year is every draft pick, including Quinn Ewers, got to play a ton of football.
Yes.
And the experience, and by the way, a lot of that experience is not good. I mean, it's like, wow, I didn't see that. It made me look bad. I won't let it happen again. But you got to go through the growing pains of that stuff. Let's talk about Kenneth Grant.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of guys that we sit up there with that just, I don't see it. And then I talk to the team, and they're like, man, we think Kenneth Grant is going to be really, really good. Now, I know coaches are super positive, and I know the media are a little skeptical sometimes when they haven't seen it yet. But he's going into year 2. And, Bo, I'm sorry, I've said this, we always say this, but you're number 1 pick, and a lot more is expected.
No doubt.
You lived it. It was the same way in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. Like, hey, man,
he needs to be a guy. He needs to be much better than he was last year.
Can he be a good pass rusher, or do we just need him to be Tim Bowens?
I think so.
That'd be a hell of a number 1 pick.
I think he's. I don't see him. I don't see him running up the field against a tackle and trying to rush. But so I'll give you a good example. Baumhauer was a guy that was very quick and agile, can hold up to double teams, but still got pressure on the quarterback just by being active and stuff. And I think they can do that inside but it's got to be done inside for those guys. The other thing, Joe, is in this day and age, there's two things that there's a couple things for me that makes it difficult on especially high draft picks is you play your college season, and then once that season's over, you're going to Bommarito. You're getting ready.
You don't get any time off.
You're getting ready for or you're going to the All-Star games. Yep. You're playing in this All-Star
Senior
game,
Bowl,
Senior
Combine.
Bowl, the Combine.
Yeah.
You got the Combine to work for. So you get very, very, you get very little time off. And the guys that are free agents or you pick up, they don't have that. They're going to the bomb, but they're not. They're not. They got a lot less to, and so the wear and tear. So to me, that second year when you've got a chance to, okay, after the season's over, you take about a month off, kind of get your body right. Then you come back and start working out, and you don't have that. You've got a little bit of more time to get your feet on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what the league's about, especially in that offensive and defensive line, like Savaianaya. I mean, last year he saw stuff that he's never seen in his life. Blocking schemes, guys, dummy blocks, guys, guys set you up for a.
Well, he played against guys every week that he never saw that were that good in college, ever. Not one week.
And schemes that he never saw.
That's true.
And sophisticated schemes that he never saw. So I expect a big improvement from him. But all those inside guys, from rest, seeing what they've seen with all those snaps. I go back 2 years when everyone's going, I don't think Patrick Paul's. He don't look like he's going to be pretty good. I said, I think he's going to be pretty good. Fundamentally sound. He's got a strong base, and that's what I was looking at him. And now what happens in the second year after he went through that whole that kind of rigorous thing from your college year to get into your first year. Look at what happened to him last year. The guy flourished.
Yeah,
right?
I think the biggest problem, one of the things I wish the NFL would look into, these guys, you're right. They go from now they got to make a decision if they want to play in that bowl game or not because they want to get ready. Then everybody's pissed off that they don't finish it out with the college. So now they're doing all that. They're getting ready right away. So now by the time they start the season in July, they've had no time off whatsoever. Yeah. So a lot of them, Jason Taylor's son, I saw him walked in with a national championship game, and he said, man, I'm finally getting some time off now.
Yeah.
I go, wow, I didn't really think of that. He goes, man, you're going nonstop.
Yeah.
And you got pro days, and they fly you in, they want to work you out, see if
But I think going back to your first point, I think those three guys, Biggers, Grant, and Phillips, I think they're mainly going to be between the tackles, and Sealer can be that guy that can go out, and he's more he's longer. He's got.
Well, I can't wait, Bo. Yeah. I think this we got to go to break. I think it's going to be fun to watch and see how he knows what he has and does. You agree? Hafley has a good idea right now, and
I think he knows.
He knows what he has and doesn't
he knows,
have.
Yeah.
He knows the upside of certain guys. The guy's been all these guys been coaching their whole friggin' life. They're not new at it, and what they're going to have to do to get a pass rush and stop the run and give themselves a chance. Hey, speaking of giving yourself a chance, I want to give yourself a chance when you get in an automobile accident, slip and fall. I hope it never happens, but the fact is it happens every day to people. I just want to tell you about Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah. I'm talking about the partners of Cohn and Judah, injury law firm, personal injury attorneys in Plantation. By the way, the same partners who will handle your case from start to finish. More than 30 years of experience, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. I promise you, there are no other attorneys that they're going to hand your case over to. They will handle it with all that experience they have. And if those two pit bulls get working together, watch out. You're in for something really good. Hey, they understand you've been injured. They understand you're suffering. They understand you have a lot of questions and you want updates on how your case is going. They believe in communication. When's the last time we heard law firms talking about communication with their clients? Nobody does that, man. And we got a lot of handoffs going on, and they're not in football. They're partners of law firms who sound like they're getting ready to take care of your case, only to hand it off to somebody who's going to have 200 or 300 cases on their, and now they don't call you back, and you're a little frustrated, and you're wondering who the hell's handling. Then you start to feel like, hey, I'm a second-class citizen. Nobody over there cares about my case. If you're going through that, I want you to call Gary and Harvey. Listen, they will take care of you. ConanJudah.com. Read the reviews. Impressive stuff. Then call them 866-FAIR-FEE. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
If it's going
Morning traveling in Miami-Dade. The traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach, State Road 9 northbound, right as you approach that ramp to the Turnpike. Also dealing with some heavy delays along the Palmetto this morning. An earlier accident causing major backup I-95 heading northbound as you approach the Dolphin Expressway. That has cleared. Traffic still recovering from before Southwest 40th Street. That's traffic. Amalia Escobar on FM 104.3. And you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach, your home for watching the world's biggest soccer tournament live at Sunrise Stage. The world's biggest soccer tournament is coming to the Casino at Dania Beach. Watch every match live here with daily food and drink specials and free parking. Stay tuned for schedules, special events, and more announcements coming soon. Visit us at CasinoDaniaBeach.com.
You're listening to The Joe Rose Show. This hour is brought to you by Baptist Health.
And now, it's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us this morning?
All right, guys, a little late night baseball yesterday. Shohei Ohtani put on another
He did?
crazy show. Yeah, this is really just bizarre stuff here. 6 shutout innings. He reached base 5 times, 3 hits and a couple of walks. There's all sorts of like weird historical.
He's like going back to Little League baseball.
It's crazy.
What he's doing, he pitches, and when he's not pitching, he plays shortstop, and he stays in the lineup and hits home runs. And
He's given up 1 earned run over 24 innings pitched in the last 4 starts.
what's that ERA at? It's got to be
0.74.
Oh God.
So when he's done, he's in the Babe Ruth category, right? Right.
I mean, he plays long enough. He
I
is.
mean, my gosh. I mean, what doesn't he do? And wow.
And Joe was against him pitching.
I know, and
That
Bo's
was
been.
weak.
Yeah.
That was
Let him-
weak.
He's the best pitcher in baseball,
He's
maybe.
one of the best pitchers in baseball. Yes.
I'll tell you what's it. So
I see why they let him come back.
Yeah.
I get it.
But that team is loaded with the Japanese. They've plucked all the great Japanese players.
They got 3 or 4 really good ones.
really, really good ones. And look, Seattle. I mean, that West Coast. I mean, they mine those Japanese players. They do pretty well.
Well, they just got, and he's clearly the best of a really good.
Yeah.
They got Freddie Freeman on that team.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts.
Yeah. That lineup's tough.
Hernandez is loaded. They got a Cuban kid playing center field that's tearing it up this year. 25. Their minor league system. Enough of that. What else you got, Woody?
This is a very strange story yesterday. Remember we talked about the Duke games that were going to be moved to Amazon or whatever?
What happened?
So remember Duke and Michigan were supposed to play at the Garden? Well, because of a broadcasting dispute, they are basically planning to move the game to Lone Depot Park.
Yeah, I saw that.
Of all places, I don't know how this happened here.
How
I
did
guess
Lone-
they said Dusty May and Bruce Sherman are friends. I don't know if that's the main
Lone
reason
Depot
here, but
Park got in on the party for a basketball game, huh? Wow.
yeah, this was again, of all the venues, like you go from the Garden to Lone
Yeah.
Depot Park, kind of a strange move.
Lone Depot.
But
They got the Winter Classic too last year, right?
they did.
They did.
But basketball,
I don't know what it's going to look
so
like.
They
yeah.
could always, close the roof, I guess, but
Yeah, but that's where do you put the
I don't-
where do you put the where do you put the,
I don't know. This is a
look,
strange
but
one.
it's no different than the NCAA tournament, the final. They're always in the big, they're in the
Sometimes,
the
yeah.
big stadiums.
Yeah,
and-
they have to fill it
so you
out
gotta-
in the
yeah.
middle.
Wow.
I don't know, man. That's a weird one, though, and I saw that. Lone
You went from
Depot
the
Park.
greatest basketball arena in the world to a baseball stadium in
Woody,
Miami.
I am glad, though. Did I see the Canes and the Gators are going to open?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did see that
Basketball season.
correctly. Yes,
That's good news.
it's great news.
That's good news. Because the hatred between Gator and Canes fans, I'm just glad
Yeah.
they're playing in
No,
that.
it's good news.
Because we had the baseball, we've had the football, we need the basketball again.
Be nice for Jay to start 1-0 there.
They didn't blow us out last year. Was it a close game? The
Who?
Canes played they played them last year, right? I believe.
Did they play the Gators last year? I don't
thought
think
they
so,
did.
Joe.
No.
So you're doing the games again, right?
Oh no, they did play the
Woody.
Gators last year. You're right.
You're doing the games again, Woody, right?
That's the plan, Bo.
Good.
That's the plan.
Good.
We have to see how he how
Yeah.
he's doing.
Whatever
No,
Joe
I
decides.
think he got a 5-star rating last year for his performance on the.
I think the
I
team
saw
the
Josie
broadcast
here
booth.
yesterday, by the way. Josie was in the building yesterday.
here.
There was a retirement party for someone I had never met. I stayed.
Why do you do that? And don't
What?
call me out for not going. Do not call me out. I didn't go.
I wasn't even going to bring it up. I think everyone knows you don't go to stuff like that. by
I'm
now.
ready for I do my annual Josie call. Just catch up and see once a year.
So if you ever want to catch up with Joe Z, he walks all over Davie.
Yeah.
All over Davie. He's a
Cooper
big
City.
walker.
He's a Cooper City walker.
He's a Cooper City Davie walker combination. And he's got pretty good. You'll see him down by Western High School.
Yep.
Not to mention, you'll see him Western High School football games. He'll drop by there on a Friday night, getting ready for that Saturday. He's a happy Joe Z, though, the way the team is now.
Yeah.
Bo, did you see
why
that?
Wouldn't you be?
A lot of winning going on, yeah.
A lot of loading up in the offseason, too, for winning.
All right. We had a situation here in game one yesterday. We had a fan run out onto the court late in the game and try to get a video or a selfie or something or other with Victor Wembanyama. The funny part of this is that the video did not go well. Wemby's head is cut off because he's too tall. So the video didn't come out. So that's one problem. The second problem is I think we need to make an example of this guy.
I'm guessing
this is the same thing as the airplane thing.
I'm guessing don't come back ever.
Yeah.
We have your picture. You're done.
More than banned for life. This is like you should not be a part of society anymore. Same deal. Like if you try to open up the emergency exit.
Oh no, those dumbasses! I'm with you. Those are ass clown capital letter stuff, man. Go away.
You know, you see all this stuff on these airplanes. Fortunately, I've never. I don't know what I would do.
I've had the drunk.
I wouldn't know what to do if there was some agitator that's causing the whole airplane to have to deplane.
Are you kidding? You don't know what you would do?
Oh my God! Yeah, I know.
Well, I've been with you.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen. Oh my God!
Well, you do get a free pass to just take shots at the guy. Like you could just,
just throw him an elbow in the.
Yeah, punch him, hit him, kick him, whatever you want to do. Free pass.
What's wrong though? What's people are nuts.
Well, that's the problem. We need to punish these people severely so that they deter the others from doing it.
What are you talking? Prison and life?
But they don't.
Life in prison?
I think if you get in trouble for trying to open up the emergency exit on a plane mid-flight, then you do not belong in society.
No, I
anymore.
agree.
No.
So you got to put the guy down, but he shouldn't be out.
I know you feel strongly about that.
About anymore.
And by the way, you got a guy here that.
What do you send me to that prison down in Venezuela or whatever, where we got to walk around on their knees and stuff like that?
Wherever they lock,
wherever they
throw away the key.
Oh no,
bro.
I think that's El Salvador.
Is that what it is?
Those guys are badass.
I don't know my foreign prisons all that well, but
somehow I've seen that one a little bit, or a little too much, maybe.
You watch the same documentaries, Joe.
Those guys here, they're going to El Salvador. Oh no, not there, man. No.
I mean, I got to think twice for trying to open up the exit door on a plane. Got to crack down, man. Got to crack down. All right. Speaking of cracking down, we had a
old school today. I like that.
So I don't know if you saw this. I don't know how much WNBA you're following these days, but I guess Caitlin Clark was, supposed to play. Wasn't on an injury report. Hour or so before the game, they ended up pulling her, and she didn't play.
Is this the second time? I know they did that. That happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, this was not. No, this was recently, like a few weeks ago. So basically what happened was a guy had reported on it, and the Fever did not like the report.
He's done.
And they pulled his credential.
Yeah.
I guess you saw the story.
Wow.
Yeah, we got to stop doing this, though. We got to stop pulling people's credentials, number one. And number two, if you're covering the WNBA, maybe they should just take the coverage.
I don't know. They're getting some attention.
Look at man,
but
they're going to put up with everything every other professional sport's putting up with. You can't control. You can't control everybody.
You can't
can't control everything on everybody.
So it's so I don't care who it is, Wembanyama, who any of the stars that people want to see.
Yeah.
If they can't play one night because they can't play, and people have paid to see them, you got to take your chances. I mean, guy gets banged up where he can't play. And,
I agree. I don't.
Now if the guy just takes, I just want a day off. I mean, that'd be a little, but
there's a lot of people that think Caitlin Clark has her own set of rules, though, too.
She should.
I don't know about that, Bo, but
hey, that's what the other women.
So let me tell you,
the other women in the league want to hear about.
Who else are they watching? Who else draws? These no doubt, she's a draw for the whole WNBA, and that's the reason why they got the big contract. Look, there's a lot of other good players in that, but she's. Look,
Yeah, but I don't think it sets a great precedent to treat her differently than you treat the other players.
I mean, you do. I think
this is a messy situation.
No, this is a Tiger situation too.
It is.
Like those guys, they recognize. I don't care what they think of her. They recognize she brought a lot more money
Well,
to
so
the
let's
table.
go. So during the break, you just talked about the PGA, Joe.
Yeah,
and why? Well, you see, only they're Scotty's not playing.
Rory McIlroy,
Rory's not playing.
They played together four times.
There's so many games, and so it's become a if you're a headliner, you pick and choose when you want to play. Now, I'm not saying that she's picking and choosing what she wants to play, but half the time she gets banged up. These girls are just trying to beat her down, and but hey, it's a physical league out there. Those girls. I like watching. I've been watching them. I've been watching the games. I have. I've been watching.
No,
games.
everybody watches. A lot of people watch it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy
I don't
watching
know what
the
you're
games.
going through. You're watching a lot of the lady stuff right now.
I'm getting a little feminine. I'm getting a little feminine in my old age.
Yeah.
Not wearing a skirt.
Oh, you got daughters.
Not wearing
man.
a skirt.
Hey,
today,
what? No, nobody's accusing you of that, old school. No, you don't have to worry about that one. Oh my God!
Although I do have a
hey,
kilt
Woody,
in
way
my,
to stir it up
I
with
do
that
have a-
one. That was
although
great.
Although I do have a kilt in my my closet.
Yeah, I've seen that thing. Hey, by the way, so Caitlin Clark thing. God, boy, I tell you what, she gets it. You say that name, and it gets things rolling. There's no question about it. All right, hey, I'll tell you what, there is no doubt about the fact we're in hurricane season right now, and it is time to make sure you are protecting your home. I always say this, we never know where the big hurricane's going to hit. We've been lucky the last few years. But, boy, I want to tell you, you can protect your home with Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing. Boy, I'll tell you what, they do a lot of great stuff. 100% financing, 0 down. Let's start with that. No interest, no payments for a year. You need anything with your roof. Tile, shingle, metal flat, they do it all. They do roof repairs 24 hours, 7 days a week for you as well. If that's an emergency, they're going to come out. You can get windows as low as $6 per month per window installed. Again, they cover all of South Florida. They do all the permits and HOA approvals. You don't have to do anything, man. You just sign the contract and let them get to work for you. Licensed and insured contractor, ready to make sure you have a great experience. We are in hurricane season, and if you're thinking about it, make sure you call Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Again, they cover all of South Florida. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com, or call 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff ready to make sure you have a great experience today.
Florida sports lives here.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. Always pay less for your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who swept the Nationals with a 4-1 win. Miami will get a day off today. Next up will be a 3-game home series with the Rays beginning tomorrow. Over to the Dolphins, who will wrap up their mini camp today in Miami Gardens. In the NBA, the Knicks stole game 1 of the finals from the Spurs, 105-95. Game 2 is tomorrow night. And in the NHL, Carolina will host Vegas in game 2 of the Cup Final, with Vegas up 1-0. The puck drops at 8. Time for weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate. Joe, we have scattered thunderstorms throughout the day.
Let's call them tonight. They've been happening around 5 or 6 o'clock. I can live with that. 5, 6, 7. They're open to the public.
How are they? Are they? What's it look like at Central Park at about
11 o'clock?
10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
Not good. No, I don't know.
Not good. You're such a jerk. Hey man, they those sirens go off, man. Trust me. And
they have lightning sirens over there.
Oh my god! And they come running off. Off now. Off now. No, you can't finish the game. You need to get off. Yeah, you saw it happen. That kid, I told you it happened at Vista View.
Yeah, someone got hit.
Those joggers, man. Those guys that are hardcore runners. They have
an alarm there though, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And the kid didn't. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but I don't know how you round up people there and force them to
hard.
get off.
It's hard right away because a lot of them are on the backside of Vista View.
Yeah,
you're right. That's a problem. Hey, Bo, Kim Bocamper with us. Juju Brents, man.
Yeah,
brother. How many guys can we say if you could just stay healthy?
Yeah.
You and I are just talking about Austin Jackson.
Yeah.
Put Juju Brent, and some even had an article like Juju Brents looked so good last year. He's 6'3".
Yeah.
He is a big, strong-looking dude. And he looks so comfortable, boy. He looks all the way back. He looks really good out there. And I was watching him, and I'll whisper things to you. You say things to me, and I'll go, if Austin Jackson and Juju Brents can just stay healthy.
Yeah.
Especially this year where we might be a little thin.
Yeah. I remember watching Juju when I first noticed him. Down the sidelines. I'm looking, man, that guy is.
He covered guys stride for stride.
Long.
Can't jump over
arms,
him. Yeah.
Run, smooth, all the things that you want to see.
Got one knock on him.
We got that one knock. And the same, you're right, with Austin Jackson, same thing. And, it's unfortunate that there are those guys. How many guys have we seen over the years since we've been here that are great, really, they could be really good players, but they can't get out.
Can't stay healthy.
Can't stay away from the injury bug.
And once the injuries start, they just don't
compound.
stop.
Yeah.
They just get worse and worse. And I thought Jake Long. I was a big Jake Long fan. He came in right away and was one of the best left tackles in football. People forget that.
Yeah.
They remember after a couple of years, he got hurt all the time.
Yeah.
So
here's the other one I'll give you. I'll give you John Boza. John was a really good player.
John Boza was a good player.
And he gets caught up in this Eric Kumaro bust thing.
His brother.
But John was a very good player. And the guy had neck surgery. I mean, if you're a defensive lineman and you get neck surgery, that's a death knell. And so, but they're those guys, and they're not, you don't see it as much, the guys that were undrafted or that, but those guys that get drafted high that have you get that injury bug and they just can't shake it. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
You're right about that. And I always say this, nobody gets hurt on purpose.
No.
Nobody's like, damn, I'm going to get hurt. I mean, you get hurt. Nobody wants to, but boy, it just, when you get that reputation of being injury prone, well, we got to get another guy ready just in case. He looks really good, but you got to get somebody else ready to go because everybody knows. And they write articles. We got an article today, one of the papers, about Juju Brents, and if he could stay healthy, looks like he could be really good. And we do.
But how many times have you seen? We've been out like training camp. We're out there watching practice, and you see one of those guys that's looking good, and all of a sudden you look over and he comes limping off the field, and you go, "There you go."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough.
So, I know we played a different time. Guys played through stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Because there was urgency that you don't want to get cut. In my case,
quite frankly, you didn't know better.
Yeah,
because when you came into this team, when I came into this team, there was that Neanderthal kind of thoughts going. You kind of, well, if they're doing it, I better do it.
Yeah, but how do you miss time when you got a Kuchenberg that's got rods in it?
Right.
Stuff
guys.
And he wasn't the only one. And
no.
Lyle Blackwood's shooting stuff into his nose so he can finish, and guys are passing out around him as they block it. We don't want anybody to see this.
Yeah, but it was
you guys also had no leverage when you played, though,
none,
either, right?
Zero leverage.
That's changed dramatically.
Yes.
The players have all the power right now.
Hey,
well, you know who has the power now? The agents. The agents tell these guys, hey, you feel if you got a twinge, sit down. Sit down. It's going to cost you money.
I think that's the frustrating part is our doctors through the years, and you know this too. And we used to be down on the field, and I'd go do some stuff for the station early. Yeah. While I was doing it, if you get there early enough, the doctors come out with the players and they work out game time decisions.
Yeah.
And go, hey, you look good. Yeah, you guys look good. We feel you're good to go. And those guys will go, I talked to my agent. I'm gonna go one more week.
Well, look, everybody.
Can you imagine shoes putting up with that?
No, but what can they do? I mean, look, everybody has their job to do, and for an agent like Drew Rosenhaus, all these great agents, and look, Drew's is good of agent and has been as long of a career as anybody. Your job is to protect your client,
right,
and get him the most money you can.
His job's to be the
and
jerk.
not say, hey, look, you gotta. I know your ankle's bad, but go out there. So you go out there and you don't play well, and you go, oh, look, the guy,
Whoa.
Then you
how many times I remember shooting my ankle for the New England Patriots AFC Championship game, and I damn near cost the team by ourselves the way I played. I was horrible.
Yeah.
And the guy covered me. I might as well have told him what I was running. He ran the routes better than I did in the game. And my foot was friggin' numb. I took another shot half, and you played.
Yeah.
So everybody goes, hey, man, thanks for playing. But, man, you played crappy. Cost us a friggin' game.
Yeah, I remember playing.
I understand why those guys don't.
I remember playing a game where the doc said, hey, you shouldn't play. And Shoes goes, oh, we could really use you. Just give us what you can get. 80% of you is better than the other guy.
Then you don't play well.
And then I make a bad play, and he goes, God damn it, make the play. It's like, but coach, I don't want to hear that. But that was the way. That's the way it was, and it shouldn't have been.
No,
it shouldn't have been. And now they've rectified that where it's not.
Yeah, no, it's good. And you're right. When you said, I was just thinking, Drew, at any given time, Drew Rosenhaus got 10, 11, 12 guys he represents on the team.
Yeah.
And you see it when they come out and they come over and say he's on the sideline over there. And they're trying to sign more of his guys. Yeah. So they're like, hey, is there anything you need? Well, can we get you a soda while you're here, you and the kids?
I don't know how many guys like Drew there are in this league where the teams respect him and I think they kind of work in unison a little bit. You know what I mean? I think he's highly respected.
Well, he's got 100 and some clients.
Yeah, but within the organizations, that as he gets his clients good deals, but he gets some good they're I'm not going to say they're friendly for the team, but they're adequate for the team, and I think they're so used to working with him. I think it's an advantage for both Drew, his clients, and the teams.
Drew has done a great job down here with the Dolphins, and look at how many guys he's got for their second contract. He didn't have them coming out of college, and he gets them for a second contract. And they're talking to the other guys, and Well,
what about the guys?
Zach Sealer.
What about guys that went somewhere else and got a crappy deal from their agent, right? And then Drew picks them up and gets them gets them where they should be.
Yeah, guy said I can't get what I want. No, that's happened too.
Yeah, many times.
Oh, Drew was used to be my tennis partner, but started having a family, and I got blown out. I got blown out of the 11 o'clock games. Dumped me like a bad date. Hey, so anyway, we've got all this other stuff going on. Have you been following? You still follow the recruiting stuff that's going on? This recruiting, I know college football's got all kinds of stuff, but
you know what? I follow it a little bit, but I've learned that if you're a sophomore or a junior and you commit to a school, you're probably not going to be there when all the chips come to the end. I'm going to go to, and then next thing you know, someone poaches them because just because a recruit commits to
verbal commitment, so many
yeah. That just opens the door to more recruiting. So
to that,
Nick Saban's
story,
still crying about it too. Did you see that?
I saw Nick.
He's the worst person to hear. Cry about this stuff. It's really,
so Nick got in front of the
Congress or
Congress.
Something, I guess. I don't know.
And they have a plan. They want to put him. And listen, they need to do something.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with Nick Saban. It's just that, and he's talking about all the problems, and he hit them all. All the problems that they're dealing with. Too many transfers. The money's gotten out of control.
Yeah.
He said it started with 4, 11. I think he talked about the 4 years that he's aware of, and got up to 21, and he goes, other teams are doing over $40 million for their payroll now, which is true. A lot of the big guys in the Big Ten and the SEC and one in the ACC are spending money. And so he was just saying it's getting out of control, and how do we control this? And every time something goes to court, the court overrules the NCAAs, whatever they come up with. Matter of fact, we got one going in gambling right now that's a friggin' biggest joke of all time. This guy Sorsby.
Well, I'm waiting to hear Saban say that the coaches' salaries are getting out of hand.
Well,
I'm waiting for that.
By the way,
great
call there. Yeah. Great call there, because some of the
this stuff is so fraudulent.
Guys are getting $13 million to coach.
And he's fine with that as long as he's getting all that money and the players get nothing. And he has all the power. These guys lost their power over the kids, and that's the problem, right? The guys like Nick Saban who can't.
But the 1 year free agent drives me nuts.
Hostage.
It drives me nuts that you guys like.
Well, wasn't Nick's thing that look, so recruiting a player, it was go visit the mom, say, hey, he comes to my school, I'm going to take care of him, I'm going to make sure that he's safe, we're going to give him all the best thing, or this and that, and give him an education, get him a degree, and this and that. And he says, now you go, and they go, how much you going to pay my son?
Right.
And I think that's where Nick. I think that's where Nick regurgitated and said, "I'm out.
I'm out." He got
tired. But still, he didn't bitch when he just signed a contract a year before, and then they win a national championship, and they give him more money. He didn't say,
$500 for winning.
I don't need that. I don't need. You know what I mean? So
nobody seems to see the irony in the fact that their contract prices go up every single year, right?
Yeah,
but then when the players' money goes up, it's like, oh, we need a salary cap,
and they move. They move whenever they want to move too. Right?
Of course they do.
So
Lane Kiffin is.
So look at the guy.
If somebody offered Lane Kiffin more money next year, he'd leave.
Go somewhere. So here's the guy that
he might be done.
So how about
a good one?
How about Dabo Sweeney? He's trying to stay out of all that muck,
portal.
The transfer portal and everything.
Trying not to do it.
And look what's happened to Clemson.
His team is not the same team.
It's not the
same.
Well,
he needs to retire.
Yeah. Well, he either needs to retire or he needs to get up in the
adapt or die, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So look at the guy from Indiana.
Yeah,
right. A guy just signed a contract last year, a huge contract,
13 a year,
and then they win the national championship, and boom, there goes give him another $10 million or whatever. And he doesn't even ask for it.
They don't want him to leave.
Yeah, no, I mean I get it.
No,
every program in the country is gonna be bidding for that guy.
Yeah.
So the second part of this that is, I know people forget this, and Mario Cristobal has said it, so I'm not. Came on one day and he said the good news about today, because he won't complain about the system. He refused to get caught up in the whole thing. This is a system, then we're going to play under it. But Mario said, well, at least I know the money on top of the table compared to all the money that used to come under the table.
Yeah.
That was a problem.
Yeah.
And that hurt UM.
Nick's not going to talk about that in front of Congress, is he?
No.
Okay.
That's going to be left out. And,
gotcha.
Remember Jimbo Fisher said, hey, remember when Nick made the one mistake when he went after the Texas A&M team, spent all that money, and Jimbo goes, we coached together. Do you want to go down this road? Because do you? No. And Jimbo didn't let it go. Do you want to go down this road? You let me know, because I've been with you for a long time. And Nick just,
So
that's
Joe,
it.
So Joe, you remember back in the day when we were in college, it was the big incentive was, they gave him a car, right?
We had guys with cars. Yes.
Yeah. That was it.
Cal Berkeley had guys with cars.
Chuck
Muncie had
go to a
wheels.
local dealership, and Chuck
Muncie had a car.
I remember our best. I'm I remember when I went to San Jose State, and we weren't a big program, so I'm driving a, I was driving an $800 Ford Pinto, right? And the best player on the team comes up with like a brand new Corvette. I'm going, how the hell did he get that?
Oh my God. Well, listen, I know some players got a lot more for their tickets than I did. There were some players that got and had the better jobs at school.
Let me tell you what, San Jose State, the only time I ever got anything for tickets, only time, my senior year, we were playing San Diego State, who was our big rivals, and we were playing, the game was sold out. I mean, we never played it was only an 18,000 seat stadium, right? It was never sold. So this is a big sell. It was on regional TV or national TV, and we're playing the game. And so, man, I'm going to get some money for these tickets. So one of the guys in the tennis team, it's like 2 days before the game, and no one's asking for tickets. And one of the guys, this guy Hank Pfister, who played he played professional tennis. He was the number one tennis player on the San Jose State team. He says, "Hey, you got a couple tickets for me?" I go, "Yeah." "What are you going to give me?" He goes, "Well, I got a T2000 racket for you that I'll trade you for." I go, "Okay, I'll take it."
You took a nice racket.
No, not only was it a nice racket, but it was dented. He had thrown it on the ground, and it had a little bend in it. I go, that's okay. So I gave him 2 tickets for a dented T2000 racket.
Bo. Times have changed, man. They can keep their tickets and make a hell of a lot of money now. You don't have to worry about that. We got to go to break here. We got a lot more stuff to get to here. But, Nick did get up in front of everybody, and he was right on a lot of stuff. But, man, if we're going to talk about all the problems to get everything under control, let's you can mention that, because there's a lot of money going out to coaches.
A lot of money for look, if
everything.
There's always one thing. If they're willing to pay you a lot of money, they're making theirs.
Well, got to be a lot of money
right?
out
And
there. I agree.
that includes TV, the NCAA, universities and colleges. They're all in the pot. They're all in the bathtub together.
Yeah, Adidas, Nike, the whole deal. All right, hey, I got to tell you about Chill Zone. Melissa, thank you so much. President Melissa De Verona, thank you. I want to thank you for coming out so quickly. Called her. I just want to tell you about my experience. And if you're frustrated with the air conditioning company you've been using, and it happens, they're frustrating. That industry gets a terrible reputation, not being on time, not being knowledgeable, trying to get you to do things that you don't really need to do, because we don't need a new one. You just need to fix this one. And it's frustrating. Never on time is a really frustrating one. People wait all day and waste a day waiting for that air conditioning company to come out. Or you can't get a hold of the head guy because he's too busy. He didn't have time to talk to people out there. Well, Melissa, the president, is taking care of you. Chill Zone Air Conditioning. You're going to have a great experience. And, boy, I'll tell you what. She sent me the times yesterday. Said, hey, I'll be between 4 and 6. Great, perfect. Calls me, gives me updates where he is, and at exact time, almost within the minute, he should be there at 5:10. And sure enough, man, 5:10, coming to the front door there. It was just great. Came in, knowledgeable, been with them for a long time. See, Chill Zone does some things a little differently. First of all, you're going to deal directly with the president, and she is wonderful to deal with. She really is. And if you're frustrated and ready to make a change, I want you to go to chillzoneac.com. You can learn more about them. She's been in the business, she and her father, for a long, long time. You can stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning, but listen, it's about the truth. It's about knowledge. It's about people that have a lot of knowledge on every one of their trucks that goes out, whether it's repairs, getting you a new air conditioning unit, duct cleaning. They do it all over South Florida. 786-378-2778. If you're like me and fed up with people you've been with, and ready to try something new, chillzoneac.com. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning.
Home for watching the world's biggest soccer tournament live at Sunrise Stage. The world's biggest soccer tournament is coming to the casino at Dania Beach. Watch every match live here with daily food and drink specials and free parking. Stay tuned for schedules, special events, and more announcements coming soon. Visit us at casinodaniabeach.com.
Couple of things here, Joe, before we get back to it. The summer of soccer is here. We're giving away a soccer swag bundle valued at around $250 from Sinbad Sports in the Coral Ridge Mall in Fort Lauderdale. For your chance to win, text the word hat to 20357. That is hat to 20357. For more information, you can go to WQAM.com. It's the text contest message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive. We also have Marlins tickets to give away with the manager joining us here in about 10 minutes from now.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Clayton McCullough, Marlins manager, will join us. Feeling pretty good after bringing the brooms out for Washington. And, boy, I'll tell you what, Max Meyer is pitching unbelievable. 6-0 on the season, got his ERA under 3, and just been lights out. Been great. 7-3 win yesterday, and now home for 6 starting tomorrow with Tampa Bay in town. It's continues to be one of the great stories in baseball with a low payroll, what the Rays have been able to do as well. Hey, besides all that and all the stuff we've been talking about this morning, we'll have more as Bo's in here with us this morning and talk a little bit more about minicamp coming up here in the 9 o'clock hour. But we're going to get all caught up here so we can get to the skipper on time. But, yeah, Clayton McCullough. And we got Giants baseball tickets to give away.
We do, Joe. The game is on the 19th of June. And, Bo, if you would.
What do you think Bo's a fan of growing up?
24.
Giants baseball.
Oh, you're a Giants fan, too?
He just went Willie Mays on you, too.
Willie Mays on you, 24. I know it's too many. I know it's,
No, he doesn't know. He didn't know Willie played baseball.
So
I don't know. I thought maybe you were a fan of the Milwaukee.
So you don't know the San Jose Bees. That's
San Jose Bees have been around a long time.
They were a part of the Giants system.
Were they
San Jose
AA?
Bees? Yeah, I think they're triple. Yeah, I think they may have been.
Well, you know, it's really
single,
cool.
I think they may have been single A.
You know what's going on in Sacramento right now? Let's do Northern California.
They got the A's there.
We got the A's.
Yeah.
The A's are playing their season, and AAA Giants play the days the A's aren't there. The Giants
play there.
AAA team plays there.
So is it how many years is
one more year?
So they still got one more year.
I think they got one more before that.
Before they go to
Las Vegas. That Las Vegas thing must be nice. They've been working on that thing for a while now.
So I remember one of the pitchers last year. I forget what he was in the All-Star game. He was complaining. They go, geez, your ERA on the road is like 2.1, 1.8, whatever it was. And he goes, well, and at home he goes, it's like 4.2 or whatever. He goes,
yeah,
we're playing in a minor league ballpark. There's only 2 levels. The balls are flying.
I was watching some of those games. The wind was blowing. They're all complaining a windy day in Sacramento. Hey, what caller you want to go
whatever
with?
Bo wants. Bo,
you want to go? Don't go 24.
No, 24, but I'll make it 6.
Okay, 6.
4 and 2 is 6.
In honor of Willie Mays. The great
305-567.
A roundabout way to get to Willie.
Bo, greatest player of all time, Willie Mays?
Yes.
Spoken by a true Giants fan.
You're going to go Ohtani on
I thought you were going to tell me Willie McCovey's the second greatest player to ever play, and Juan Marichal number 3 all time.
Maybe the best pitcher of all time, Juan Marichal. No, I'm not going to go that far.
Dick Dietz. Johnny LeMaster.
Juan Marichal and John Roseboro. That's Johnny Roseboro.
Yeah. Hated the Dodgers, man. Hated the Dodgers.
It was great.
Anyway, we're going to have Skip join us coming up here, and we'll jump into that in just a second before we get to the Marlins manager as he gets a day off, and then 6 games coming up here back home in Miami. I do want to talk to you about mental health, and it's still front and center. I know May was Mental Health Month, but June doesn't change things for anybody out there. Recovery Unplugged's mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale is your private sanctuary to reset. You ready to reset? Hey, man, things happen in your life. You get depressed. You go through breakups in marriages. You lose jobs. Things happen in families, and you're in a funk. You just can't get out. It happens, man. It happens to all different ages. And Dr. Barry went over there and spent a couple hours with him at his facility in Fort Lauderdale. Wow. Dr. Barry and that team blend expert care with music-based healing in a beautiful, comfortable space. They accept most major insurance plans. So, hey, listen, you need some help. You know somebody that needs some help that you really care about. Call 954-737-4800. 4508 or visit recoveryunplug.com. Let's heal out loud, even in June.
WQAM broadcasting live.
That backup continues along Broward County, I-95 northbound from Sheridan Street to Sterling Road. That's traffic. Amalia Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Highline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
It's always better to get the manager fresh off a sweep on the road before coming back home, and now home for a day off. Clayton McCullough, Marlins manager, joins us fresh off that sweep in Washington. First of all, great to have you. And second of all, congratulations, man. Those sweeps are sure nice.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. Yes, they are, and much needed to finish that road trip and before we get off to this homestand.
Hey, so I got to ask you, it is you're showing two personalities. You win 4 straight, you lose 5, team doesn't get down, you come back and take it out with some really good baseball with Washington. That's just life in baseball, isn't it, in this long season?
It is, and you run through some stretches that are a little bit more uneven, and I think right now what I'm happy about is we've kept our head above water, and okay, we're getting to a point, we're getting into June now, and we've scrapped some games back and have a long way to go, and I know we're going to go on a run, and you just don't want to put yourself in a position where you're too far out of the mix before you get on a good run where you win 8 out of 10, 12 out of 16, something like that.
One thing that's been really consistent and one of the best stories, and by the way, I mean really good story, is this Otto Lopez story at shortstop. I mean, his batting average has been 1 or 2 in baseball. He's been way out in front in hits, got 81 hits on his way. Look, and he keeps this up. It's going to be a 200-hit season. Hits with a little bit of power, goes the other way. Just incredible, and plays a real nice shortstop. Has he surprised you on the jump that he's made here in the first half of this season?
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. And to say that, I mean, the amount of hits he's had and how he's collected them hasn't been surprising. It has been. I believe that Otto was going to take a step forward offensively this year. It really felt like he was just coming into his own. But for him to come out of the gates the way he has been, Joe, I mean, it feels like he gets 2 hits every single day, and he's slashing line drives to right field, an infield hit. He'll hit a gap. He pulled a homer the other day. He's hitting all pitch types. He's been it's been a remarkable couple of months.
And the guy playing next to him at second base just quietly has been one all year, top 10 batting average in baseball, also on his way to a really big season, Xavier Edwards, and doing it all, which we kind of expected. He's shown this before. And then the third guy is Liam Hicks. And I know he slowed off as far as batting average, but still RBIs up there, leads the team in home runs with 12. It's just been really, really nice. These guys have come up with so many big hits, as some of the other guys look like they're starting to get going here. But those 3 guys, man, seem like every day you come in and you're talking about 2 out of 3 of these guys.
They have been. I mean, Xavier he's just such a good baseball player. I mean, he certainly, this year, he's the batting average and how he's performed offensively, some of the power he's shown is different than years past, but he runs the bases. He plays terrific defense. He's got a really high baseball IQ. And I think he does things that aren't noticed as well that really elevate our team. And Liam, as you mentioned, he gets a lot of RBIs. I mean, the 12 homers helps, but also if there's people in scoring position or a guy at third, like his ability to just make contact and kind of, take what's given to him, I think plays into that as well as he can draw a walk. He had a couple yesterday. Liam's a good hitter at the end of the day that has found some success with the power part of things, with getting the ball in the air to the pull side with more regularity.
I've really liked, I know Yuri Perez is down now on a 15-day, but boy, what a game he was having when he got injured. But besides that, you're 1, 2, and 3 with Sandy, and now Max Meyer, like it just kind of snuck up on me, man. 6-0, 7 innings pitched, the 2 hits yesterday, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. It kind of looks like that every time he pitches now is your number 3 guy.
Joe, you're right. He's been incredible. I mean, and a lot has been made about Max's pitch mix now, the improvement, the sweeper, his fastball's played better this year. It's a more diverse pitch mix, but I think as a professional and person, Max has matured a lot. I mean, he's been in, even yesterday, he was, his bases loaded, 1 out, and he ends up only giving up 1 run. And he did that the start before. He gave up 4 in the first, but then he was able to go 6 innings. So he's taken on more of a load this year, and he's navigating through games differently. He's handling whatever adversity comes at him within a game in a much different way, which I think is leading to, it's helping with the success. I mean, he's certainly thrown the ball phenomenally, but his ability to just navigate through games and compete is impressive.
I love hearing stories about Sandy Alcantara. First of all, the fact that we haven't had a guy. There'd be a lot of guys in Major League Baseball would be going, hey, if you're going to, I like get traded and go to one of the top teams. And that guy, we never hear a word out of him. He goes out and pitches. And then I hear he's great with all the other pitchers and great with the team. And you get to see it up close. But what a number 1 guy to have right now, huh?
Yeah, it is. Sandy loves being here. And I know I do. We all love having Sandy here. And the amount of confidence we get as a team every 5th day, myself, that knowing that this is a day that I believe that we're going to win a baseball game. We're certainly going to have a real chance to win this with Sandy on the mound. And then what he's able to give you from an inning standpoint, how much that has downstream effects. It saves guys in the bullpen. It allows us to be in a better position potentially the next day to get a win. So he's a hard worker. He just does the right things, Joe, and people notice that. You don't luck into the type of career he's had. He does things the right way, and a great example, but then also, on the mound, it's kind of that, real stoic competitor. You know, he just gets in there and he just has that stare, and it's just when on his start day, he's dialed in.
Clayton, I haven't talked to you for a while, but there was a great article on the things that Marlins are doing and other teams are looking at. Some teams are starting to do some of the stuff kind of behind the scenes, but first of all, calling pitches from the dugout. I know I talked to you about that before, and one of the Yankees was whining about it a little bit, and it hurts the catcher and all that stuff. Now we find out more teams are doing it, looking at some of the things that you guys have kind of put in that's really helped your team. I just thought it was kind of good to hear, like, hey, man, we're all kind of looking at some of the things the Marlins are putting into play that's really helping them to get more out of this team.
Yeah, we do. We believe we have to be bold. Innovation is one of our core pillars here. And look, we know what we're up against, and how can we best develop our players and do that at a much more rapid pace than other organizations. So we feel that sense of urgency, and then we also think, okay, we need to go try to be bold and be aggressive in this pursuit of not only getting players better, but then also some of these things like calling pitches that we believe is going to lead to wins, at the major league level. And our group is very forward thinking. Peter Bendix encourages, everyone from myself all the way down through the organization to approach things that way. And probably if we're not failing at some things, then we're not trying enough. So that's the route we're taking. Yeah. And I think it will pay off for us. And we've already seen it pay off on a lot of fronts with some of the strides many of our pitchers have been able to make in the last year plus.
I wanted to ask you, I was just watching MLB Network and watch a lot of it when I'm with my dad, because all he does is watch baseball. But the team batting average right now, 244, I think, and it's 7th in baseball. You guys have been right there at the top, but batting averages overall are down. I know you've been asked this a lot. Pitching, I think stuff guys are throwing in the movement is nasty, watching highlights every night of what we're seeing pitching. But what's your take on batting averages overall being down?
Hey, you're right. It's crazy how much they plummeted, how much our game has shifted in the last 15, 20 years. And I think the pitching is much better as a whole. You don't see the same pitchers as often within the game. Teams are more apt and more willing to go to relievers sooner and get matchups. And then also the defense at the major league level is very good. Like the bar to play defense in the big leagues is high. And the positioning, there's so much information now. Someone like, Kyle Stowers goes up there, like people are going to be in a spot where you most likely hit it. And then you have to be able to find, you still have to be able to hit it where and then you're facing again, just really high caliber stuff every night and every at bat. And there's been a push for more impact, and there's been some more miss in the game, but it's hard to say that, guys are trying to get hits. Like they're trying to hit the ball
right,
hard. It just is, there's less places to hit it, and you're having to hit better stuff.
Let me ask you another question. I love these topics with baseball. So it seems like we're giving up batting average for power and numbers. Like we're not. I hear this, and you got two guys might have 200 hits. So I got to be careful saying this, that are still playing old school baseball. The Rod Carew and some of the great leadoff hitters would love to see today. But I'm just wondering, have you seen the game change that maybe a guy hits 230 but hits 30 home runs and drives in 98 RBIs more important than the guy that's getting on and just getting base hits and moving guys over? Or do you think that's still important?
I still think it's important. I do think the game and the industry has changed. I think there has been more value placed on slug, on base, walk. I think that front offices are able to just come up with different ways to value offensive play, other than just the batting average or RBIs. But I think, as you go, like, this still matters. Like, we talk about the strikeout all the time. Well, I mean, usually guys that have a high batting average generally, at least strike out at league average or lower, because you have to put a lot of balls in play to get hits. And you have to walk some to be able to, it's hard to lead the league in hitting when you aren't walking a whole lot. And that's what makes making Otto so crazy right now. He's just, he's getting a lot of hits. So I do think those stats, like somebody has to drive people in when they're on base. So RBIs do matter, but you understand that why it's been diminished a little bit. And so I think people just value things a little differently now, but at the end of the day, like, hits are important. And like moving the ball forward and making contact, we saw it last year with how good Toronto was. They had a great offense because they could slug some, but they didn't strike out a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just very interesting. I know things change through the years and everything, and every team, I guess, has a little different take on it. But I love some of the stuff you guys are doing. And by the way, I'm trying to get a read on Stowers and Marcy at the bat, and Casey, who, by the way, is getting better and better in the outfield. Talk about those guys. Low batting averages right now, but they've all had their moments. And I thought Marcy was coming out of it. You feel better about as a guy that we've kind of considered to be one of the mainstays of this team in his hitting.
Yeah, I'd say with Marcy, I think the one thing is it's been a struggle to kind of find his footing and really like go on that type of run that digs yourself out of an early slower start. And he's had some spurts, a series here and there. He's still doing some nice things for us. Joe, he's such a good defender. The defense that he brings, he had a nice bunt hit yesterday, the base stealing. And so, still believe that he's walking some, so believe that he's going to get it turned around, and get the counting stats more on his side. Owen Casey's been on a really good run now for a couple of weeks, and he hung in there. I mean, he got beat up a little bit for, almost a month, and he kept going. And now we're seeing the bat quality start to trend back up. And that's when his performance followed. He just had better at bats. He started laying off some pitches, wasn't in swing mode. And he's been on a good run. And then Kyle's so close. I mean, it feels like now every day he hits one or two balls on the screws, and had a tough luck series in New York, had some big extra base hits in Washington for us. So Kyle is close, and he can go on a week stretch, right. And he can carry us with his ability to lead the ballpark and do damage.
I gotta tell you, man, we hit it all. This is what happens. I don't talk to you, Skip, for a while, man. We had to get caught up. I went through. I know I sounded like Joe Fan there. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to go get so carried away. But hey, this is gonna be fun starting tomorrow. The Rays, man, continue. They've cooled off a little bit, but boy, what a great start for the Rays again. It's incredible. Who are these guys? But anyway, they'll be in town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got another day off, and then 3 with Arizona as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun for the 6 games, and still trying to get closer once again to make another run at getting right back to 500. It's been great having you, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Love spending time with you, Joe.
All right. Clayton McCullough, Marlins manager, with us, talk a little bit about his team. By the way, just want to let everybody know, man, make it a week in Lone Depot Park. Marlins do take on the Rays starting tomorrow for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got $1 hot dogs presented by Salen's, 90s night presented by Coors Light, SpongeBob Day, Pride at the Park, and more deals. Plus special ticket packages, including exclusive merchandise. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now at marlins.com/tickets. Don't miss the Marlins versus the Diamondbacks, June 9th through the 11th. One of my favorites that they have is this 4 for $44 presented by Pepsi. 4 tickets with hot dogs, popcorn, and drinks, and everything else. So we're going to take a quick break. We got 9 o'clock hour. We got a lot of stuff to get to. Kim Bocamper's with us. We'll be right back.
If it's going down, we on it.
Homeowners, stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. We are at 80 degrees and scattered showers throughout. Showers, thunderstorms.
All right.
Whatever.
A crappy weather report by you. Not your best, but it's clear. It's clear we're good to go. We're going to be fine. We're going to be like the Knicks last night. We're going to be just fine. The Knicks, nice comeback win. Looking a little shaky there in midway through that third quarter, and all of a sudden tied up at the end of 3 and then score the last, 11 points of the game after thing was 94-94 at one point there with just a little over 2 minutes left. And, hey, man, everybody always talks about how you play in the big games. That's what it's all about. And Jalen Brunson was at his best in that fourth quarter. 13 points. He is one of the clutch he's been throughout these playoffs. He is unbelievable.
How come he's never a first-team All-NBA?
I don't know if he is he's up there, but
he was second-team All-NBA.
He was second.
Yeah.
So
I think the last 2 years.
I got to tell you, along with Steph Curry, to me, and SGA, they're the three biggest clutch players in the league. Like at the end of games or 4 or 5 minutes left, they can take games over and score.
He's not exciting to watch, though.
Yeah, but he's
that's
productive.
No, he's a fantastic player. He's a great player.
But
he's just not exciting to watch.
What about the scene at the Garden when they clinched
for Game 3? Oh, that was fantastic.
That was everybody was on the floor.
The get-in price for Game 3 now is $6,000.
Wow. The only problem I have is the lead guys at ESPN, their two top guys are big New York fans, and they're talking about if they win this, on how emotional I'm going to be, and oh my God.
Have you seen the seats they've been getting?
Yeah, they're
throughout the playoffs. Yeah,
they're the best seats in the house.
Yeah, well, you'd probably do that too if you wanted to go to those games.
Stephen A. and Greeny,
they get great seats.
Anyway, yeah. Maybe a little jealousy down here. They're making this. They're looking good, though. They've got it rolling. And the other thing is Karl Anthony Towns. I was wondering what was going to happen going against Wemby last night. He had a nice game, 18-12. They're playing great. Their starting five has been throughout these playoffs. There's a reason. Now everybody talks about their bench, and they do get some good stuff out of the bench, but their starting five and the way they play defense and get after you is impressive. 12 straight playoff wins. Really, really good stuff. Anyway, besides that, we've got Giannis, man. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Where is he going to end up? The Heat, a lot of people think they're still the front runners, and with something's going to happen here over the next few weeks. He doesn't want to be in Milwaukee. He's not going to sign there. Now they're saying besides the Heat offer, and they're talking about how close this deal was before at the NBA trade deadline, but now the Celtics, who obviously can be hard to compete with that one if he wants to win, and I don't know what the Celtics would give up for it. The Orlando Magic could be in this thing. They're even saying the Cavs might be interested in making a run at Giannis. But then the other part of this, if you do give up everything basically, but bam, are you giving up too much with all the supporting cast pieces of Hawkes and Ware and Hero and all the draft picks? So I'm really curious to see how this thing is going to play out, but they need to shake it up a little bit. All right, as far as the other stuff, minicamp. What do we got today? Today's the third and last day this week.
I think it's just 3, right?
Yeah,
or maybe they do 4, but they usually don't do that.
I don't know, but they got a couple next week. I know, and
then I think they're off, right? I think
that's it.
I'm not sure if it's a mini camp next week or more OTAs. And I don't know what the delineation between one or the other.
Mini camp is mandatory. And OTAs is
not.
You don't have to if you're not happy.
Yeah.
Or you have something to do.
Yeah.
And then they get 5 weeks off. Yeah. They get a lot of time until late July off.
Tell you what was encouraging yesterday to me, Achan, when I saw him last week at OTAs, he looked a little thick.
You thought he was heavy. You just Omar'd us. Did you hear this?
No.
You Omar'd me.
No. But and he was working out with the trainer. But then I see him this week, and you could tell, to me, it looked like unless he had sweats on underneath, he looked better. And I think he wanted to try to get in, and I think they were saying he might get some snaps in there. And then the other thing is having Austin Jackson out there, just seeing Austin Jackson out there. working with the coach and going through sets and stuff like that. That was pretty encouraging. Both those guys.
Want him 100% when camp starts.
Yeah.
Bo, I think we're all frustrated because the history around here of a guy's going to have to go through camp. We hope to have him back in the middle of camp. We hope to have him back by the time the preseason starts. We hope to have him by the time the preseason ends. Oh, he's going to have to start the season
without playing a snap.
Without playing.
Well, and when our other guy had, played a good 3 snaps, and then he was out for the rest of the year.
Yeah. I think you ran him right out of here. There was no chance they're going to touch a guy. The highest paid free agent last year plays 3 snaps.
I don't think
and we heard he was going to come back like 9 times.
Never practiced. Never practiced in the preseason. Didn't play in a preseason game. Played 3 plays out for the rest of the year. Yeah. Never practiced again. So
a huge mistake. Huge mistake.
So I think they still owe him $6 million or something, right?
I don't know if there's more guaranteed.
I think it was 2 years.
But all I know is we're paying a lot of people a lot of money, and I don't just mean players. We got a lot of guys out there.
Yeah, well, the good thing, their salary cap next year, they're going to be in great shape. They're going to be drafting high, which is going to be a positive, and you're going to have a bundle of money.
Yeah, you can hit the free agent market and doesn't have to be on the cheap.
Yeah.
No, I agree. So hey, man, show me. It's a show me year for some guys. Some guys, by the way, have already kind of jumped out there and look good. I'll tell you what, Jordan Phillips is and Juju Brents and guys like that. I think Quint Ewers and Malik Willis have gotten a lot better. Greg Dulcich has been really good.
He must have caught 10 balls yesterday. Maybe not, but it seemed like every time you turn around, you catch a ball.
If the guy's throwing to you in camp,
it's going
to starting quarterback's throwing to you in camp. Yeah. And he's throwing to you in preseason.
Yeah.
He's going to be throwing to you in the regular season. That tells you he's comfortable.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing about Tua, and I'm just working because he's been our guy here the last few years. Not a shot at him. You could be lining up in 4 wide, and he'd go without. You may be out here, but I ain't throwing to you. He's got his favorite guys he throws to.
Well, look, how many times did he throw to Achane behind the backfield? Behind the line of scrimmage
as a security blanket,
like,
and a good one.
And look, why not
swing it?
Because look, how many times did he just throw a little dump off pass to him, and Achane would pick up 6, 8, 10, 12 yards on those little things from what he did.
He look. I think once we get Achane back there, with
I like that little running back tandem with Achane, Ollie, and Jalen Wright back back at it. It looks promising.
I know one thing they're not big on. We never had a coach. They'll all agree. Coaches 100 years from now and 100 years before dropping and fumbling the football.
Oh, no. Yeah.
They'll put up with and being a dummy. The dummy thing gets old real fast. Like how many times we told you that's not what you do.
Yeah.
But those things really get to them. And so James got this catch a ball, hold on to it a little bit. But no, I agree. They're going to be playing both those guys. Both those guys are going to be really involved in this. And I hope we get good news on the golf cart. We had a guy on a golf cart yesterday, Jamari Sawyer. Yeah. And
so he's kind of your security blanket
he's a key guy.
With Austin, with health-wise for Austin. And look, Jonah's got to prove that he can play and be much, much better. He doesn't got to be a superstar, but you can't have the type of year that he had last year.
If Sawyer's out, though, all of a sudden he was the sixth guy for me across the board, except for center, but for the guard and tackle position.
Yeah, you got to find someone else.
And if we find out, we get bad news today or tomorrow that he's out, that's going to be a punch in the gut.
Next man up.
But they got to get some other guys. Jonas Savai, he can't just get a free ride.
No,
he's got to show. By the way, there's a guy who needs a good preseason.
Well, and look, they've given him, he's back on his more comfortable side on the right side where he's played before, and so that gives him a little help. And he's, I have hope for. I think he's going to be a good player.
You do?
I do.
You're by yourself.
I think he's going to be better than he was last year. I don't think he's going to make a jump like Patrick Paul did between year 1 and 2.
No.
But I think he's going to be more comfortable. And look, you got two young guys right outside of Aaron Brewer, which is going to be good. Aaron's going to have to figure out, who do you help on between those two guys?
Yeah.
But boy, I tell you what the way Brewer played last year was, I mean, he was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
We can't forget about the problem though, and it is a problem. They got to take care of those guys. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they got to get that done. They've been great guys, and they've been great leaders.
Yeah,
and they have not. There's been no pouting this offseason
for those guys. For those guys to
they got to get contracts.
For those guys to be in a contract situation they're in right now, and going out and doing what they're doing, all during the OTAs, and I think Brewer missed a practice for other reasons.
Yeah, family.
But wanted to come back and that carries a lot of for all the young guys on this team. It carries a lot of weight.
They're still showing up.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. Listen, so they don't have to show that they're upset. They got agents working these guys look, we're not happy with this contract.
Yeah.
And that's their job. The agent's job is to be the bad guy. Yeah. Why two of your best players are sitting in middle linebacker.
We're sitting there yesterday, and they're doing special team stuff, and and some of the guys are doing other stuff. And Jordan Brooks over on the dummies with the coach, slamming the dummies, going, doing all that kind of extra work, just by himself. Just no one forced him to do it.
Right.
Just I'm doing it, and because I want to get better. And a guy who played, you got to defensively, he's got to be best player on the field last year for us. Defensively,
by far,
and Brewer
led the league in tackling.
Brewer offensively probably was maybe number 2 to Achane as your best player.
He was second best player,
and both those guys showing up like that. I think it says a lot about the leadership, at least in that locker room.
I think if there's a way for these guys to get it done, I know they've had offers. I'm guessing it hasn't been good enough to this point, but I'm with you. And then. Listen, man, to your point, Caden Proctor playing between Patrick Paul and Brewer.
Yeah.
I just don't think so. They're going, well, how do you know? Because somebody asked me, well, not a
lot of space between those gaps.
No, but you got two really good players. Yeah. This is not a Savaiya Naya where they go, what if I don't think he's going to be, he's not even going to be close to Savaiya Naya.
Yeah.
I'm watching him block out there already. He's a big, strong. He didn't get pushed too much.
I told you the funny thing, the first OTA, they bring some players out after to talk to the media, and they had Patrick Paul out there, and someone asked him, "What do you think about playing next to Caden Proctor?" And Patrick's a big man, and he goes, well, first of all, that's a big man, so Patrick is saying that's a big man.
That's pretty good size when you look at largest left tackle, left guards we've had.
It's got to be,
Yeah, that ranks up there. And I think once those guys get comfortable with each other, man, that thing's going to be fun to watch. Hey, we got to go to break here.
Got to tell you, though, real quick, I'm impressed you brought up Tua in that segment. You didn't even ask Bo his thoughts on that press conference the other day.
I don't know if Bo heard the
he heard. You gotta play it for him maybe, but refresh his memory.
You just can't get through a day without trying to get somebody going.
I just want to
let me ask you. You have it queued up?
Oh, of course I do.
There you go.
I have a 3-year-old who's going to be 4, and I have a 2-year-old boy and girl.
Yeah, he's a family guy.
I think it's the best, man.
Yeah.
I think it's the best. I think that's my first job, and I'm a part-time football player. I'm just glad I still get to.
They won't be laughing
live
when
my
they start
dream
losing
out
games.
And be able to play. So blessed, but it's the best, man.
Hey, never let a
53 million part-time.
Never let
my part-time job is 53 million
in front of him.
Well, he's the worst I've ever seen in front of the microphone. Not even close.
No. He's got. Well, look,
and he's not even 18 years or 19 or 20 or 22 or.
He's been around. Yeah, look, he's been around. He's been around. He's been in the spotlight since he came to Alabama.
Right.
He's had a microphone in his face since he's been to Alabama, and I don't remember listening to him there, but.
Part-time quarterback and show me the money at the same damn time. God bless him. And I'll throw it in. God bless him.
So you think that's a reason why the Atlanta Falcons aren't doing joint practices when they come here?
That's a great question.
You don't want to expose you can imagine those fans when Tua comes out for a joint practice.
No, they love him over there already.
No. I'm talking about when they come here.
There's some loser fans
here.
No, they think they're getting there. Already talking about
there's plenty of people here too that still love him.
22, 23.
No, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I called him a bum, and they got on me pretty good around here.
He's a part-time football player. Part-time gig.
Hey, man,
Right, Bo?
we're paying the price. I did say this yesterday, Bo. I think you agree. We're talking about people that have been in this organization because Chris Greer got a job with Detroit.
Yeah.
And Ireland's assistant GM.
Still New
and they
Orleans.
go with New Orleans. I go, would that bother you? And I go, no, but Tua, like getting to a Super Bowl probably
Yeah.
would bug me a little bit.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
And I know Atlanta's been through hell since Brady came back from 40 down to beat him with a quarter and a half left, but whew, that'd be a tough one.
You
Hey,
you know who I blame that game on? I blame that game on the owner, Arthur Blank. Right? It's Arthur Blank, right? The owner.
why are you blaming him?
He comes down in the third quarter on the sideline like they've already won the game, and all of a sudden,
You can't blame him for that. He was just getting down.
Right.
Can you imagine from the time he was coming down the elevator?
Right after halftime, and they're killing him, right?
Bo,
And all of a sudden,
that's the greatest
I saw him
collapse.
on the sideline. I go, uh-oh, that's a no-no.
They did everything wrong.
Yeah,
They turned the
everything,
ball
everything.
over.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
and Brady got on a roll.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a comeback that was. That'll ruin you for a while. And Atlanta has been ruined. Hey, I want to talk about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage for just a second here, man. Great service. Getting you approved quickly. People go, why would I go to Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage? 30 years in the business, and when you work 7 days a week, Saturday and Sunday, you can call and get the paperwork started and get everything done. And then let's go down a list of things like first-time home buyers, very little money down and low rates. Michael Kotze's got a great program for you to get that first home ready to go for you. And not only that, reverse mortgages, more popular than ever. If you and your spouse are 62 or older, you qualify. You know the deal. You're in your 60s, you've been in that same home for a long time, you got a lot of equity built up in your home and love to get that money out. The reverse mortgage is popular for a reason. Debt consolidation, you need that cash, man. You need that second mortgage. And by the way, for people living, I heard this one the other day in condos, and the HOA costs and insurance costs is going up to the point you're upside down. You can't even afford to make your payment. Can't even afford to make your payment. So now you're using your credit card. Oh, don't do that. Let Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. He's working 7 days a week. Call or text him. And somebody said, "Well, I called him. He didn't get back." Text him if you don't call. He just text him. He'll get back to you. 561-441-2730. It's 561-441-2730. MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change. Daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
every match live here with daily food and drink specials and free parking. Stay tuned for schedules, special events, and more announcements coming soon. Visit us at CasinoDaniaBeach.com.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go? Jamaica, off the Florida Keys.
All right, before we get back to the show here, I want to let you know the summer of soccer is here. We are giving away a soccer swag bundle valued at around $250 from Sinbad Sports at the Coral Ridge Mall in Fort Lauderdale. For your chance to win, text the word HAT to 20357. That's HAT to 20357. For more information, go to WQAM.com. This is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Don't text and drive. I'll send it back to the Beach Boys.
All right. I don't know. Is this isn't Beach Boys?
Yeah, it is.
Bermuda, Bahama.
It says on the thing, at least.
Maybe it is. Is it, Bo? Is this Beach Boys?
I think it is.
You're
yeah.
guys. How do you not know this?
Yeah.
It's really good stuff, though. People here in South Florida really like this.
They not like the Beach Boys here? This is a Northern California thing?
No, Beach Boys.
You act like the only people that like the Beach Boys would have been people. And by the way, you got the wrong part. They're from down. Southern California people are different than Northern California people.
They're LA guys.
How so?
They're Malibu guys.
I don't know. We're just all different.
You just don't like them, huh?
No, it's not that. It's not that. Hey, Bo, we've got all kinds of stuff. We're just talking about World Cup actually here.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
You just like it, or do you got a favorite team? So I'm guilty of not being crazy about soccer here.
Yeah.
But I do like when the countries get together. It's big.
It's national. I like the national teams when the national teams play. Now they just had the UEFA Cup, which was really good.
Do you watch PSG?
PSG and so I think Spain and Paris.
Forget you, Woody.
Spain and France.
That's Joe's team.
I think Spain
Mr.
and France
Paris.
are the
favorites.
Are the favorites. So, but I tell you that game was.
Who'd they play? Arsenal. They played
Arsenal. Yeah,
they did play Arsenal. Yeah.
And so there, it's funny because
being over there during that time to see the passion of the French people for their team.
Well, we were actually one trip. We were in Croatia, the last World Cup when Croatia was playing.
Oh my God!
And we were in the Split or somewhere, and that whole town was just everybody was watching the game. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win, Bo? Who's your pick?
I think Spain's going to win.
Really?
I think Spain's going to win this. But I like the French. I like the French team.
But do you like that team from Italy?
Which one?
No, the Italy.
They didn't get in. He's making a joke. A very funny joke.
So there was a they.
I set him up for a trap, man. Why do you got to be like that?
They have all these cups. So do you know what the FA Cup is?
A trophy of some sort.
Well, it's another.
You know what's funny? He makes fun of all these other cups and stuff that the MLS was playing for, and now these cups are okay.
These cups are 100 years old.
Oh, because it's newer, it's not okay.
So what the FA Cup is? I looked it up because I didn't know. It was like an open thing. It's like the U.S. Open in golf. Anybody can try to qualify.
Oh.
You can get a club team can go. And obviously it ends up with, I think Arsenal won that cup for like the first time in 12 years or something. But it's I don't know how many games these guys can play, man.
Well, first of all, we're still trying to figure out what happens in the MLS. They're playing, and all of a sudden they take a break because
it's kind of like the break. It's kind of like the break in hockey when they do the Olympics, right? Yeah.
Well, they have to break. Their players, some of them are playing, aren't they?
Yes,
they all are,
and they got a month. They got a month now for the World Cup, so coming back. Messi's over playing. I can't wait to see him with his team in Argentina. It's gonna be fun to watch.
I want
to see how he plays against the big guys.
I've started watching a little bit more.
Inter Miami,
yeah.
He's good all the time.
They got good players.
Man, he is fun to watch. I know we get into the fan stuff and all that.
But
crazy stuff.
They got some other good. They're investing in players. I think they brought a big guy over again.
Apparently, they have unlimited money, or they've just decided.
Oh, they're making a lot of money. These guys.
No, but no, the team's doing great.
Yeah.
But they must have like a different they find ways to get these guys that are pretty good. Like I'm guessing the rest of the league would like to have some of these guys.
But I think well certainly Messi is a big draw for guys. They love to play with Messi, right?
I think they love to play in Miami.
And I think the one thing that they need to they're trying to do is find the next Messi, because he's only going to be around for a little while longer.
Well, they got it. The only way they're going to get it's got to be a guy towards the end of his career.
There you go.
That's not going to make the big bucks that he's going to make over there. Although Messi's making a lot of money here.
I think I just saw some
Apple
making 28 million a year from the MLS, plus everything else that he's got
he's making a lot
going on. I mean,
he's doing just fine.
Anyone else appreciate the irony that Bo watches soccer, but he won't watch the NBA?
Anyone
else catching on?
Man, you got really down on the NBA, man. Honestly,
well, they don't flop in soccer, so that's good, right, Bo?
I just no.
That's good sarcasm. It's very good.
No, it's amazing. All of a sudden, he's Mr. Soccer over here watching these made up cups, and then he won't watch the NBA Finals.
Well, because I don't like the NBA.
But you used to like. I remember.
I
you
love
used to
the
be
NBA.
Crazy.
I was in the gym the other. I go to the gym and the NBA channels on all the time, and so I'm sitting there and I'm trying to watch a game the night before, Heat or somebody, whatever it was, and I'm going, it's 3-point here, 3-point there. The guy pulls up and then takes 3 more steps and takes a shot, and they don't call anything. And then so I'm sitting there and I'm watching.
So now you're down. They travel.
So 2 days in a row, I'm sitting on a stationary bike watching these NBA, and I'm watching. First of all, it's the Lakers and Celtics, Magic and Bird.
Right.
One of those games in the finals game, and then the next day I'm watching the Celtics and the Pistons with Lambeer and Rodman and the Bad Boys, and those games.
And you love that,
and I do. It's physical under the. And I'm watching the game. One of the games I watched, I didn't see him shoot one thing from. I didn't see him shoot one shot from beyond the 3-point line. Everything was, inside passing, Magic driving up the court.
I have never seen something drive. Well, there are some things in football that drive you nuts, but I've never seen you because of 3-point shots so down. On everything going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. Look, and I used to love to watch basketball. NBA loved NBA.
They have those classics on all the time.
Yeah.
My God, recently I've watched the documentary, first of all, with Michael Jordan's classic.
Yeah.
Like I can't get enough of whichever one.
Yeah.
But also just the games. And then they've had a bunch on the Lakers with Pat, and the fact that Pat's down here has been great.
Yeah.
And his guys and
well, look, I even go back.
Jabbar.
I even look, like that whole Heat run. The whole Heat run.
Were you all right with
great.
that?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Because they had some pretty good 3-point shooters during that time.
Yeah, but they weren't.
No, not like today. I'm not saying that.
So now you get the guy throws a ball, guy throws a pass into the lane, right?
Yeah, and he dishes it back out to an
open
open
guy
three.
Throws it out to the three.
Because the guy's wide open. He's told us, let's take 3 instead of 2.
Right.
He misses the days like the 70s when the guys weren't skilled and just put their heads
down. Well, you know what else he hit me with today? Let me tell you what the old man hit me with today. He also hit me with, how many steps can you take in the league today?
6.
Everybody's
skilled. You go take it. You ever look at this documentary on Pete Maravich?
Love Pistol Pete.
In black and white.
Pistol Pete, he scored, he averaged like 50 points one season. And there was no 3-point, and he could shoot from half court.
In college or because
in the NBA.
He was a shooting mofo at LSU too.
Right.
The question is, could Pistol Pete make an NBA roster today?
Yes.
Unlikely.
Yes. Absolutely.
Unlikely. Are we going to do the old guys can't make the teams
It's
today?
possible he could have been like.
You're going to say some of the great players that played with the teams.
Who was a white chocolate? Who was that? Jason Williams.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was a passing guy. He was
not now. He's watching his daughter play softball.
I understand that, but when he played, he was Pete Maravich-ish.
Yeah.
Right. He played a very similar game.
Played that game.
Yeah. Played that game.
Well, listen, Bo. We got more stuff because now we got all that stuff out of there. Out of the way.
Now you can talk.
I thought you were going
to. So when I leave, you can talk about all the current things that are going on.
Hey, I thought, like I told him last night, I say, hey, Bo, now, come on, game 1's tomorrow, man. I'm going to talk about it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
But, yeah, congratulations to the Knicks.
I was watching the reruns.
And by the way,
I was watching the reruns of Landman.
I want to let you know tomorrow night I'm going to be watching game 2. It's going to be on later. I'm going to take that wife out. No, you're not. You're not going to watch any of that game. Not one bit. That was a lie. Hey, we got Clayton McCullough going to join us. We're going to get caught up on some business. Bo, thank you, man. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Always nice to have you.
Woody's a little surly now these days.
Yeah, he's a little fired up today. Hey, before
looks like a sad sack in there.
Yeah, he's a little sad sometimes.
I just miss the days of Pistol Pete.
What'd you say, tiny Nate Archibald too?
Love that below the rim play. That's
all right.
Stuff.
Hey, listen, we those guys played above. All right, now you got me going. I want to talk to you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. If you're looking for a truck that's built for Florida work and for Florida fun, head to your local South Florida Chevy dealers and check out the incredible Chevy lineup. If the rugged midsize truck, or whether you're looking for Chevy Colorado, where it's capable, meets comfortable, from Colorado Custom to the ZR2, it's got the right tools to exceed your expectations, or turn things up a notch with the Chevy Silverado. From the custom Trail Boss to the Silverado EV, with 10 models and 4 powerful engine choices, Silverado delivers an impressive balance of strength, dependability, and efficiency. Or step up to a hard-working capability you can count on with Chevy Silverado HD. Choose from the powerful LTZ with premium style and substance to match, or go to the biggest with a Chevy Silverado HD High Country. So for your best Florida lifestyle here in South Florida, Chevy's got a Florida truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today. Together, let's drive.
WQ.